There we go. Happy Friday, all. It is falconpaladin coming at ya on a Friday with more StarCraft Brood War for your Twitch and YouTube streams. Dual streaming, as always. What is going on? Nim O Noom, Locus acknowledged. Good to hear that. We've got a Cardiox here, drawing inspiration from Jim Raynor, who will not be talked down to by anybody, not even a Protoss, if you can believe that. Man, Jim Raynor, you are one awesome dude. All right, so today I have promised you professional replay casting featuring players like Bisu, like Soulkey. Who else is on that list down there? I'm trying to remember who else I put on there. We got RoyaL, sure. Jaedong, why not? Light in here as well. So we're going to get through a bunch of replays here. We can do some betting on said replays. Thanks to everyone who has helped me to do very well on the support goal this week, both on the red dimension and on the purple dimension. Purple dimension appears to be at about exactly 43%. And then on the red dimension, we have a pretty darn solid 23% through on that one. Again, no matter where you support Falcon, whether it's on PayPal, on Venmo at falconpaladin, PayPal is falconpaladin@gmail.com, you probably know that. Anywhere that you support me, whether it's directly through YouTube's contribution methods or through Twitch's, it'll show up on that that progress bar down there. So again, keep that in mind. We'll get this thing going. So let's go into the replays folder here. I'm going to hide this from y'all, but be sure to check out Falcon Paladin Plays. We're doing a lot of great stuff out there. Been recently doing some of the TIE Fighter. That's been new. Been doing the Mass Recall playthrough, which is the StarCraft Brood War campaign in the StarCraft 2 engine. I've been streaming those live here, but the VODs end up on Falcon Paladin Plays. So go check out that out and subscribe out there. Right. Okay, where are we with this? Let's go to 2025. Grab a replay here. Yeah. Okay, awesome. RoyaL versus Soulkey on Citadel. What a crazy game to start the stream with already here. So let's get ready to rumble here. Yeah. All right, man. It's ASL champion RoyaL, top left on Citadel, playing under his last name. He's very funny about that. Bottom right, it is Soulkey, four-time ASL champion recently, 16, 17, 18, and 19 in a row. Did not win 20, but it's hard to win that many ASLs in a row, man. Hey, what's up, Doc Bravo? Trying to stay warm. Got my hoodie on. Got the heat running a little bit. You know, just kind of a dark, overcast, kind of gross day outside, but you know, we'll live. We will live. Hope you're staying warm as well, sir. Sir and sir. Nightstand's here. What's up, Nightstand? Rated you yesterday. Hope you had a pretty great stream out there. Things are good. We're doing some replay casting. It's going to be two incredible players. Let's get a prediction out on the Twitch. If you want to bet Falcon chips and earn Falcon chips by winning on by predicting who's going to win this match, you can do so. Anyone can do it. We've got RoyaL and we've got Soulkey. I don't know who's going to win this. I haven't watched this replay before. It's going to be very standard wall up at the front with the racks. Here from RoyaL. From here you can go 2 racks. From here you can go racks expand, whatever you want to do. Tear the Overlord's counting out, seeing what's going on. Not finding any tearing it this way, but does see the SCV kind of pop its head here to see what's going on for the Zerg. Hatch first. Here from Soulkey. We've got an extractor coming in here too. Any sign of an early gas from RoyaL? Not so much. Drone shows up, going to be rebuffed as it does have an attempt to scout. The answer is gonna be no. All right, Nightstand, I'll prepare myself emotionally for you to raid me with your 2 to 3 viewers. I appreciate any raid from anybody, man. Good stuff, appreciated. Condemned Marine! Whoa!
NVIDIA hosted a show match between Yellow and Nada. Was an incredible series.
That sounds awesome, Condemned Marine. Thanks for re-upping your channel membership here on YouTube at the Ultralisk level for 11 months, man. That's almost an entire year. A show match between Yellow and Nada, two old people legends, right? Old man legends. Both players are scouting each other perfectly, by the way. Nobody's hiding anything here. It's an academy. It's going to be extra racks. It's going to be an early +1 attack here from RoyaL. Probably indicate some kind of bit of timing. And then we see the third hatch here too. Steve the SCD has scouted that out. So thank you, Condemned Marine. If you want to be a cool person like a Condemned Marine and join the YouTube channel, you can. As a spire comes up from Soulkey by clicking the join button down below. Let's update the YouTube support goal with that. Bum, bum, bum. Condemned Marine support, much appreciated. And rock on. Good. Thank you. Appreciate ya. I already said appreciate like 1,000 times. Cardiox, watch some of that. Excellent. Excellent. Lings are out. This gray is really hard to see on the minimap, isn't it? But we'll hold. We don't get a lot of magenta on the channel, do we? There you go. Third and fourth racks coming in at 5 minutes. +1 attack. 50% done. Going to be a bit of a +1 timing attack here. On 2 bases. Probably get a third base behind it if I had to guess what RoyaL was into here. But it could be just a 2 base straight up. Let's kill our guy Soulkey here without getting a third. Could be potentially what we're dealing with. Spire is on the way, as we mentioned previously. And second gas has been harvesting for a minute here. So I assume we're going to get quite a few Mutalisks. And perhaps even 9 Mutos right now. Production tab says 6. Okay, what about the larva here? 6 with an Overlord. 7. Yeah, here we go. We're going to get 7, 8, 9, probably up to 11 for the full stack and get them a +1 carapace or +1 attack as well. I'd be shocked if we didn't do that. Usually, if you're going to start off with this many Mutos, you're going to give them an upgrade at the same time. So, what do we got? Missile turret coming in. Finished 40k novel, Drop Site Massacre. Is Drop Site Massacre an Istvan book? Doc Bravo? Trying to remember if we've read that, because we've read a bunch of books that aren't on the wheel. I don't know if we can maybe get a list of the completed books that we've read for the podcast, but we've read a lot. I mean, most of it was Horus Heresy, to be fair. We have read a couple things that are part of 40k as well before we started doing the wheel. So I don't know, Doc Bravo. It is Istvan. What? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure that I really care about Istvan anymore. Like, I get it. It is the inciting moment of the Horus Heresy. But, like, there are so many more things we can talk about in the 30k universe, and so much more stuff we could explore in this Horus Heresy. We keep going back to Istvan. Top right third coming in here. Does that get scouted? Nope. But SCV comes in for the scout. What's up, Epster? Happy Friday, sir. Ah, here we go. Here's that +1 timing attack coming in. There's only 2 Sunkens. Couple of Lings. Lings on the backside here, too. Going to try to defend. They've got the stim. +1 flyer attacks on the way for the Mutas. Is not going to be here yet. But 2 Sunkens. Mutas in these numbers. Look how many Mutas are flying around out here. Yeah, this is not looking good from RoyaL. Can't be happy about that. Okay, jumping in. Sniping in. More Marines. Reinforce here. Medics, too. But I think Soulkey's thinking about jumping in here and just wiping it out. But that's going to be difficult. Gonna be difficult to do. Okay, he does take this entire group out. No more reinforcements coming across the map. Not going to be able to... Yep, not going to be able to win that battle, unfortunately, for RoyaL. That hurts. That first attack getting utterly wiped off the map is going to slow you down quite a bit. Did I know that Angron wanted to fight Horus before the massacre? Alpha Legion was loyal. Warning of the betrayal. I know Angron wants to fight literally everyone, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Poor Angron. What a tragic character that man is. Man, is he a man? That's a question. Are Primarchs men, or are Primarchs created in labs and basically test tube abominations? Dun dun dun. Lurker aspect on the way. Queen's Nest coming in here too. There is a scan. Into the main base. Sees the Queen's Nest timing here at about 8 minutes and says cool. Cool, cool, cool. Man, I cast a Patreon game for next week between Larva and Flash on Roaring Currents. Banger. Banger of a game. Going to be posted on Patreon next week. So if you're a patron of mine, check it out. I might actually make it available to the public on Christmas. It's that good of a replay, man. Just so much stuff going on. So +1's done for these Mutas. Not a million of them. There are 7, sure. Lings running around. Any upgrades on these boys yet? No. They've got speed and that's it. But Lurker Aspect gonna successfully defend the third base, I'm guessing. Maybe. Sunken's gonna buy some time. That's got to be a Hydra. He's not making a Hydra. He knows. He can see this move out because he's got troops stationed along that path. He knows if RoyaL is going to come and try to shut this thing down, and he is. So, no Hydras? Really? No Lurkers defending this third. Very, very strange. Is Larva and Flash better than the recent effort Flash last minute finish? No. But it's on Roaring Currents, so it's got island shenanigans going on, which makes it fun on its own. But it's not like a super down-to-the-wire Flash has 2 Marines left kind of a thing. Okay, big push. No Lurkers. Kind of worried about this. First Soulkey. There's a Lurker egg, but it's not done yet. 3 Sunkens doing what they can against these dudes, but 1-1 with Stim coming up the backside. The Lings are trying to shut this thing down by being present. Drones try to come up this way. No, absolutely not. Still no upgrades for these Lings. None. No attack upgrades. No Carapace upgrades whatsoever, nor are they working on them in the evolution chambers. Good grief. Hive finishing up for Soulkey. So he does no Lurker defense here at the third. Saves it. Lings show up with 0-0. Mutas show up with a +1 attack, which is fine. Fallen back. Still not getting a third base back here either. Ooh, the Star Citizen upgrade. Update. One of these days I'll play Star Citizen. It'll be out. It'll happen. I mean Squadron 42. It'll happen. Ah, thanks Doc Bravo. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about the Big 12 Championship tomorrow is that Texas Tech, I think, is in the playoff anyway, even if they lose. They're ranked 5th, and to drop out of the playoff after a loss to BYU would be incredibly stupid. So, I mean, if they don't really care about winning this game as much, and then BYU kind of wins because Texas Tech is sandbagging a little bit, then 2 teams from the Big 12 get into the playoff, and I think that's good for the conference as a whole. So I'm curious to see if there are any shenanigans from the officials in that game. Just saying. Anyway, thank you for your kind words. Hope you have a great rest of your day if I don't see you again. Third base finally coming down here from RoyaL. Down that left side. Lurker Sunken, very hard to break if you don't have any tanks, if you don't have any science vessels. And guess what? We don't have any tanks or science vessels here with this group from RoyaL. Science Vessel now joins the party. How's it going? Irradiate finishing up shortly. Working on a +2 attack for the Marines. No fire bats yet. Just kind of defending the third base as it comes up. Checking to make sure there's not a 4th base down here at the 6 o'clock. Good job sending Marines out. Just looking around here on Citadel. Again, weird map because you have this little high ground position. This little high ground barely can stand on here, and it's high ground. So you can't see anything on the other side, as we can see that from one direction or the other. Ooh, I like this base attempt by RoyaL. Trying to get one of the mineral-only bases here on the top left. So 3 full bases, then a 4th minerals-only base. He's out here looking good. But guess what's on the way from Soulkey? He's got Adrenal coming in. He's got, Consume on the way too with the Defiler Mound. Boof. More macro hatches. Huge fan of more macro hatches. If you want to win a game of StarCraft, guess what? Get more macro hatches. It's kind of a huge deal. So, SCV's transferring down to the 9 o'clock position. Ling's trying to intercept, but guess what? Marines are here. They are escorting these SCVs. Nobody likes escort quests in video games, but escorting your workers to an expansion is a good thing to do. More scanning. Mutaling. Ooh, Scourge! Taking out 2 of the science vessels, and then the Zerg jumps into this base. Get inside the bunker. Okay, that's humongous. That bunker finishing just in the nick of time there is going to save the base. This handful of 5 mutas is not going to do it. They don't have a Carapace upgrade. Restoration's on the way. RoyaL is one of the only dudes that I cast that goes Restoration in order to cleanse, usually science vessels, from the effects of Plague. Plague's on the way at the same time as Restoration. There's some symmetry there. We've got an Ultralisk Cavern on the way here, too. We've got macro hatches at the 3rd. Gonna walk out here and say, hey, I just want to expand out this way, and I understand that you have some Marines, but that's not enough to stop me. Yep, Dark Swarm, Irradiate, breaking through them chains. And he can't get a cancel on that hatch, can he? Not with Adrenalings here, I don't think so. There's 0-0 Lings. 1-1 is finishing up very shortly for them, however. Radiated Defiler, runs off to die in a corner somewhere. Got, ooh, a Fire Bat. Look at that. 3 Fire Bats. Wow, okay. Totally missed that there were 3 Fire Bats down there. Did he remake some of these Mutalisks? I think he did. He's just using Mutas late game here to wipe out Marine medic groups that aren't that big because the +1 attack is going to help immensely in that situation. 5th base, not canceled. It's alive. Here from Soulkey, battle cruisers are coming in. That physics lab should have told us earlier, but he started battle cruiser production here at 14 minutes. We'll see. We'll see if he uses them well or not. What's up, Top Shelf? Happy Freaky Friday, sir. We got RoyaL and Soulkey for you on Citadel. One heck of a banger to start off the Friday today. Radiate does catch a Defiler. Neat. Again, every Defiler that gets irradiated is a massive victory for the Terran. It just increases your chance of winning by at least 5%. Every Defiler that you irradiate. Maybe it's not that high. That seems like a really high number, but anyway. Gets another one. Fire Bats. There you go. Dragging those Lings outside of the Dark Swarm. Scourge, checking to see any Science Vessels or dropships they can snipe. Nice Plague, but a Defiler died. Oh, just one shot, one poppin' Fire Bats. It's got to feel so good when you're a Zergling because Fire Bats are your natural enemy. And you get in there and just go pop. And then the Fire Bat dies and you're like, yes. That feels nice. So 4 bases here from RoyaL. Again, only 3 gas, but 4 bases nevertheless. Armory coming in. Going to be upgrades for the battle cruisers, I have to imagine. Further upgrades for the Marines would be nice too. They already actually have +2, so he has an armory out here somewhere already. But a second armory for further upgrades for the air stuff could be pretty good. Now, will these battle cruisers be sent on their own to die? Will they be included as part of the army here for RoyaL? Will they use Yamato to snipe Defilers hiding under Dark Swarm? These are important things you can do with battle cruisers that some players do not do. So I want to see Restoration. I really want to see Restoration here. No, absolutely not. Soulkey. It is 176 to 128 supply. 60 to 46 workers. All this is highly favoring the Terran player right now. RoyaL's looking good. Spore trying to take down an entire factory by himself. Probably not going to happen. 5th base coming in bottom left here from RoyaL. The Mutaflock, which again, it's not ginormous. It's 7 dudes, but they have an upgrade. They can handle a lot of stuff. That's a very plaguable group of Science Vessels there out in front. Have they been plagued? No, they're all full of health. 100%. Okay, Irradiate's going down. Get a Plague off. Get a Plague off. Ah, it's a Dark Swarm. I want to see a Plague because I want to see Restoration. Yamato is getting started, finally. Yamato coming in at the Physics Lab. It will get through Dark Swarm because Dark Swarm doesn't block spells, and Yamato is a spell. So, battle cruisers, operational, Scourge, Mutas in the mix here. Scourge, oh, okay, got one. One battle cruiser died. That's probably fair. It's a lot of gas, man. 2 Scourge is 75 gas. And you're doing, you know, 6 Scourge? Do the math on that. It's a lot. You gotta be fast to make Restoration a thing. Oh, there it is. Restoration. Yeah! Restoration on Science Vessels. Okay. Like 2 of them, but 2 of them did not catch Restoration. Oh, wait. Oh, coming down to these guys. Yahoo! RoyaL! Look at this. Look at the Science Vessels. They're not in the deep red. They're injured, but they're not in the deep red because of the Restoration. Dude, RoyaL's the only Terran player that I cast. I swear he's the only one that I cast that does this. I love it. More Terrans should do this, man. Crazy stuff. Yeah, Firebat's putting in work here too. An attack. Ooh, finally Ultra has joined the party. Ultraless Cavern has been done for like 5 minutes. Finally they show up. They catch Irradiates immediately. obviously. This right side 3 o'clock base from Soulkey is being pressured, but Ultra standing inside Dark Swarm at the entrance makes it fairly impenetrable, I would say. Ultra comes out of the Dark Swarm, does what? Back inside, safety, friends. Burrow's on the way from Soulkey. Big fan of that upgrade. Coming in, Spore ready to fight against the battle cruisers at this 3 o'clock base. More Ultras being produced. 183 to 153 supply. Scourge plus Spore means battle cruiser basically dead. But gonna get some kills over here, dude. Chasing this away. Nice plaguing, and he plagues as an Ultra. Restoration again. Woo! Restoration. These two guys did not get restored because the medic count is not very high. I don't not see many medics here. Here's one. Come on, restoration. I think it's a little bit too late now. It's done as much damage as it's going to do. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Restoration. I thought it was 100. Is it not 100? Yeah, that medic doesn't have enough. I want to look it up here, but not right now. Gah, Scourge connecting. Correct. And that's why Terran players don't use restoration. They'd rather have the healing than the restoration, except for RoyaL. He's the one guy that's like, you know, it's pretty cool. All right, what does Liquipedia say about restoration? Quick check. It is. It's only 50. Hot dang, never mind. It's only 50. I mean, it's still a big chunk of your medic's available energy. It's a full quarter of the energy, but still. Radiated Ultras chasing your bio around. Fire Bats need to engage with the Lings here. They're on top of the Ultras instead, getting wiped out anyway. RoyaL is getting chased back across the map. Fall. Yeah, we were both out. We were both wrong. That's true. But again, you just never see it is the thing. But it is only 50. This base has got some bunkers at it, which is nice. But this is a lot of Ultralisk. Previously injured, mind you. They do not have full upgrades yet, but they're definitely working on them. Kindness plating, yes. Repair. Repair is so good. Okay. Firebat, get inside a bunker. Firebat, get inside the bunker. Or just, you know, attack outside the bunker. That's fine, too. I guess the bunker was going to die anyway. Oh, taking Kaiser Blades right to the face. Second level of bunker. Saving the day here. More Ultralisks coming down. Soulkey wants this base dead, and I think he's going to get this base dead. A counterattack up to the 3 o'clock. Snipes a Defiler. No, can't quite kill the Defiler before he wiggles his way home. All of his Lings. Can he consume a drone? No, he gets sniped before he gets a drone killed. Okay, 3 o'clock base in a lot of trouble here from Soulkey. Radiate. Sunken's getting sniped out. Firebat's fighting against Sunken's. Not ideal. Handful of Mutalisks here. A chaotic engagement here at the 3 o'clock. Did RoyaL actually save that bottom left corner? I'll check it in a second once this is all figured out. But, dude, battlecruiser shots on Ultras are pretty good, especially if the Ultras are standing there just taking the shots. There's a plague on the battlecruisers. Medics! Medic! Get it! Restore it! Medic! 50 energy! Not doing it! Okay, the ground is too scary for the medic there. Mutas are going to fight against the plagued battlecruisers. Scourge, say, yeah, we got this. We got this. It's a 1-kill battlecruiser. And he's dead. No, bottom left base is retreating here from last. This hatch did die, though. It died. Everything that was sent to kill it died as well, or it was forced to retreat. So it's kind of a Pyrrhic victory there. What's up, Galons? And what's up, Kronichi? Happy Friday to both of you. 9 o'clock base from RoyaL is in trouble here. Not enough energy for Irradiates. Totally enough energy for Irradiates. Yeah, 1, 2. Defiler, high priority Irradiate target. Comes in, gets a Dark Swarm up. Non-irradiated Ultralisk in the party as well here. How's it going, Psychonauts? Not looking good for RoyaL over here. This is his third base. God, his base up here is dead too. Dark Swarm made sure of that. God, Yeah, these Dark Swarms showing up on RoyaL's side of the map is bad. Yamato, he doesn't have enough energy for a Yamato. Yamato that Defiler, it's 150. It's a big time spell. This Ultralisk is having a wonderful time inside the orange cloud of doom. Finally, it wears off, and then he dies. More Lings and Ultras cruising on up. It's 146 to 112 supply. What a reversal here from Soulkey, but he's able to kill 2 bases and lose 1 base in return, which is going to work, and that's it. RoyaL taps out Soulkey. Woo! Is our victor here in 22 minutes and 38 seconds. A little bit of harassment up here from BCs. This base has been replanted. Bottom left base is dead. Left side base is dead. This mineral base is dead. Soulkey's just scary, man. The macro hatches, the plagues, the dark swarms constantly. The battle cruisers just not getting as much value as they should, which is kind of traditionally how they go. Right, more often than not, the battle cruiser doesn't quite get enough value for how much it costs, but hey, Terrans try anyway. Wow, so what a game 1 for our Friday today. We got a outproduction here by the Zerg player and an outkill by the Zerg player too, which is kind of massive, actually, considering how many Lings he made. That's a big number to kill of the Terrans. We got a 10-5 buildings raised in favor of Soulkey 2, and the outspend by Soulkey. Not ginormous, but pretty good. All right, 51,000 to 47,000 at the end of the day. Whew. All right, let's check out falconpaladin.store while we are searching up our next game here. It's cold in the Northern Hemisphere. You can get a really cool hoodie out there. Terry the Overlord. We've got Robert the Zealot. We've got Reaver stuff going on there too. If you're on YouTube, you can scroll down and just click on the products there as well. Pretty easy. All right, Jaedong and Bisu on Minstrel. Yo, for game number 2 here today. How long is it? You don't know. I know, but you don't know. Let's see what we get. Bottom right, we're going to go with we're going to do better, easier colors here. Bottom right, it is a blue Protoss. It is Bisu. And on the top left, it is Jaedong, 2 of the 3 legends of StarCraft. We need a humor series. Only buy geeky shirts if they are funny. Ah, interesting. Interesting idea. Top shelf. All right, going to ×2 the early stages of the game just because there's usually not a lot happening. If there's a cannon rush or something that pops up, we'll slow it down. But otherwise, we're just going to go ×2 here. It's, we know how the early game PvZ works. We're going to get into Corsairs. Zerg player's going to get into a 3rd hatch at some point. Probably get a Spire himself to deal with the Corsairs. All right, a little bit of an overpool here, though, from Jaedong. So we're mixing it up a tiny bit. Tiny bit of a mix-up here. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. So for Spotify Wrapped, right? Everybody's been getting their Spotify Wrapped over the last few days. My son, my 17-year-old son, he got his Wrapped. And this year, they do this thing where they're like, we're going to guess your age based on the music you listen to. And they guessed his age at 42. Because he listens to a ton of the music that I introduced him to from the 90s. And, late 80s as well. So he was like, the Spotify was like, you are an old man. And he was like, no. But successfully brainwashed my kids to listen to my music. Hooray. You got 38, Psychonauts. Nice. Yeah, so Spotify, if you use Spotify over the year, it'll, show you what you listen to. For me, it was a ton of podcasts. It was just like, you listen to infinite podcasts. And I was like, I sure do. And I am like a top 0.01% listener of the Bill Simmons podcast. I'm always there for the Simmons pod. Alright, so Zealots get wiped out. Again, if you overpool, it's not hard to have the Lings out to deal with the Zealots, which is why overpool is kind of a nice thing to go with every once in a while. You don't always have to go hatch first as a Zerg. Swant and Joe got 63. Nice. Top Shelf has listened to 2 hours on Spotify. Well, that's not going to be enough. I don't think that's probably enough to get her wrapped. Top Shelf thinks that Bill is lazy now. I mean, he puts out like 4 podcasts a week, and he runs an entire company. I'm not sure how that's lazy exactly. If you just mean he doesn't write columns anymore, sure. I don't know if that's calling him lazy, but he certainly doesn't write columns anymore. He'd be the first one to tell you that. He doesn't watch the sports. What the hell? I've never heard anybody accuse Bill Simmons of not watching sports. What are you talking about? He's constantly talking about games that he's watched. He spends all day Sunday watching NFL. That's all he does. I'm not sure, where did you hear that, Top Shelf? Anyway, zealots, cannons, lings, run by, potential, yes, no. Definitely not, Jaedong. Star Runner says, kids listen to what their generation listens to, even if it's trash music and serves social purposes. Right. So that's why I introduce my kids to my music, but I also have them listen to stuff that's come out in the last 5 years, too. Because, yes, I remember when I was a teenager, there were kids that I went to high school with who were like, Led Zeppelin, man. The Beatles are the only thing that's cool. And I'm like, are you, what? No. And I couldn't relate to them at all because they didn't like any of the alt-rock, any of the 80s, 90s stuff at all. So you also have to appreciate the stuff that's going on now, and you can appreciate the old stuff too. It's very important. Interesting. I don't know, Top Shelf. So what is Hydras? It's not a Spire on the answer here from Jaedong. Like, I don't think Simmons was ever Zach Lowe or ever Kurt Goldsberry, right? Major NBA nerds, mid stat heads, advanced stats, they know all the numbers. I don't think Bill was ever that guy. Was he that guy? I don't think he was ever that guy. He was always the sports guy. He always just watched sports with a beer, right? Yeah, he did, but he had to do a ton of research for it. Like, any of the stats... Nice snipe on that Forge, by the way. +1 attack is done for the Zealots. Forge died. Zealots on the move out here on Minstrel. Like, I don't know. I own the Book of Basketball. I've read the Book of Basketball. It's not as much statistical inference as you would expect from something like that. It's Simmons. It's talking about who he saw, what people said about certain players. Like Wilt Chamberlain, he doesn't care about the statistical impact of Wilt Chamberlain. He talks about, you know, what people said about him when he was playing, and especially what Russell said about him. Like, he's more about storylines and stuff than stats. Yeah, he had his own kind of stats. Anyway, Zealots getting caught out. I like this Mass Hydra play. Mass Hydra opening against Protoss is way better, I think, in my opinion, than what Spire stuff can do. That said, these Zealots in this space with no Sunken are getting a bunch of stuff done. They're gonna die. The Hydra count is enough to handle these Zealots, but a few drones died. Maybe 2 or 3 of them. The lost mining time is a little bit harmful, too. But this is Jaedong getting away with not making any Sunkens at all, which means his drone count's a little bit better than it would be otherwise. Are you sold on plus minus? Top Shelf? What's up, please eat me? Happy Friday. I'm not sure that I'm sold on plus minus as a stat. Beatles is fine, but overrated, says Star Runner. That's fair. I can get on board with that. So Bisu gets a lot of +1 Zealot speed stuff out across the map. Does some work. He's into Storm now. He's into a Dark Archon. Interesting Dark Archon here where there's not a Spire. And he knows there's not a Spire. Okay, a Spire's on the way. Is he getting Dark Archon in preparation for the mutas that are going to be produced when the Spire finishes in like 5 minutes? He's going to be very ready for this. Holy cow. Plus minus is our best data source. I don't know. I don't know the last time I heard somebody talk about try to use plus minus to make an argument about the NBA. Like, for MVP race, nobody's ever like, well, Jokic's plus minus is this, and Shea's plus minus is this. Like, nobody does that. I don't think anyone does that. Maybe they do. Maybe I just haven't heard it. Anyway, what's up, music with John? Rebounds per minute? Vorp? Wait, what are they both? LeBron and Darko. What is going on? Hey, look, it's mutas! The one Corsair is probably not enough to stop this many mutas, but guess what can? A Psy Storm Maelstrom combo, man. Let's go. He's like, come on, mutas, bring it. Come over here. I will murder you so fast. Stack up real fast for me, guys. Bomb! Ah, it's not a great stack. It's only like 4 of the Mutalisks, but they're all going to die because Maelstrom Storm is that good. Woo, and the Mutas are like, oh, hang on a second. This kind of changes the equation. Vorp is value over replacement, right? How good you are compared to the guy that backs you up? Or the replacement of an average level player at your position? I know what Vorp is. Can't get another Maelstrom off. Doesn't have the 100 energy for it. Just picking off a few of these probes here on and on. Muta count is down to 1 though, so that probably ends the Mutalisk portion of this game. Queen's Nest on the way from Jaedong. Got a 4th base down the bottom left, finishing now. And maybe setting up for a 3rd base or a 4th base here. Bisu. I like it. Bisu's looking good. I had somebody leave me a comment the other day that was like, I've never seen Bisu win on your channel. And I was like, really? Because sometimes I miss trends, right? Sometimes I'm casting the games. I don't pay attention to, has Terran won the last 5 TVZs I posted? Sometimes I don't watch that. And people are like, Terrans have won the last 5 TVZs you posted. And I'm like, oh, I guess I could post a Zerg win at some point. But yeah, this guy was like, I've never seen Bisu win on your channel. And I was like, 1, how long have you been watching my channel? That is a terrible overuse of Storm. Oh, Bisu, no. He just tossed down like 4 Storms in the same spot. Oh, he messed it up. He totally messed that up. That hurts Bisu a lot. Okay, maybe he'll be fine. I don't know. That's a lot of energy drained off those High Templar, though. Okay, got to cancel on the 4th. Hydra snuck. He knew the Hydras were down here. He had Zealots checking that out. And he's just like, man, it's fine. Bisu, buddy. Look at these High Templar, too. Yeah, not enough energy for Storm because they all... Well, that one does. That one didn't get caught up in the I have 4 High Templar selected, and I say storm this, and they all storm this. That's one of the things that makes StarCraft 2 easier to play than Brood War is smart casting, where if you do that, only 1 storm will cast from one of the High Templar. It's really nice. Again, I know you guys don't care, but it's pretty awesome. Vorp is a minute-weighted BPM, blocks plus minus. The formula was created by taking... Huh. Okay, fair enough. Trying to get... Yeah, the sunken timing by Jaedong is fantastic. That was really, really nice stuff there from the Dong. It's got Lurkers high ground, Dragoons high ground against Lurkers. Not as good. You're going to miss shots. He does Maelstrom some Lings. Maelstrom storms Zerglings and Hydras. Again, you might as well do it. I mean, feedback on a Defiler is a better use of your Dark Archon, but there aren't any Defilers yet. So there's nothing to feedback. Another base top right, warping in now from Bisu. Good man, 4 base in. He lost this guy, but he takes the top right in exchange, and this is where these Lings are going to go shut that base down. Adrenal's not done for these guys yet, but it's a bajillion Lings, and they have a Carapace upgrade, and these cannons are not enough to save the day. Jaedong's doing a good job, just moving out with Hydras, moving out with Lings, completely shutting bases down. Good Storm, though. That was excellent. Only 2 kills, but it did bruise up a lot of them, too. DT in the mix, and he wants to get in here. No detection was brought by Jaedong, so he's got to fall back because the DT will eat all of his Lings if he allows them to. Ridge regression, says Top Shelf. Yeah, so this is like the Sloan Athletic Conference that they have every summer, where all the sports nerds get together to talk about the new types of statistical measurings that they come up with. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I listen to Bill Simmons so much, is because I don't understand all that other stuff. And it doesn't really affect how I see the game anyway. There you go. Bringing knobs with him now. He knows there's DTs. Proteneer! Hello! Happy Friday to you. Consumes on the way. So now Dark Archon, if it's still around, it's probably going to be used for a feedback or 2 or 3. But I actually think the Dark Archon might have been killed while it was out on the map earlier. Nope. Is that a new one? Is he trapped in here? Can he get out? I don't know. Big Wan! Tier 3, subbing like the boss that he is. For 22 months, almost 2 years of Big Wan at Tier 3.
Dizzy one snore booty, dizzy one snore booty, behold this, what's good, almost most at the 2-year mark. Glad that the stream worked out and been doing good now. For the Swarm Falcon 15 Jam Falcon 15 SpongeBob money Falcon 15 SpongeBob money.
And the Overmind. Looking good. What's up, Wander? Thanks, Big Wan. Appreciate it. Big attack by Bisu into Jaedong's Dark Swarm Hydro Ling position here. They are Adrenalings. They're going to do well. Psystorm is going to be the answer to this. Maybe one Archon side of the Dark Swarm would be good as well, but it is going to be enough here, at least to chase Bisu back, make him fall back temporarily. Try to engage, storm everything that comes and chases out of the Cloud of Doom. High Templar gets sniped. Good micro there by Jaedong, expanding on the 6 o'clock here too. It's rare to see this base being taken on a game on a Minstrel, but that is what we are seeing. So let's update that support goal. Perfection. All right. Thanks again, Big Wan. Massive resub. Thank you and appreciated for your continued endless support out here on the channel. Archon Zealot, pretty good against Pure Ling. Dark Archon here, too, ready to feed back a Defiler if it shows up. Good math is a high NBA salary. Yes. There's definitely been a big push into statistical and analytics in the NBA and the NFL over the last 20 years for sure. The old school way of just eye testing everything is kind of falling out of fashion for sure. Six o'clock base in a lot of trouble here. Zealots and Archons, I like the comp. Yeah, 3 obs. Try to snipe all of those. Defiler is here. Where's my Dark Archon? And not joining the party. We don't need the Defiler here to snipe, or we don't need the Dark Archon to snipe the Defiler. Defiler doesn't have energy, but guess what? Now he does. He's getting the consumes off. You got to be careful with that. If you've got a full energy Defiler, feedback will kill it. I mean, if you have anything over 80, it will kill it. Archons inside the Dark Swarm, getting that splash damage down. Bisu, I like it. I like the late game play here with the Archons. The Psystorm putting in all of the work here. Falling back. More Sunkens getting put up. Sunkens, again, going to be fantastic here. In general, a couple Lings. Nice Plague. Ooh, big Plague-oo. The dance for the 6 o'clock base continues here. Uh-oh, Dark Swarm on the backside of this base. Minstrel has these wide open back areas. Lurkers, yes. Dark Swarm, yes. Psystorm says no. Get out of here with your Dark Swarm Lurkers. I can lightning your guys to obliteration. Nice, Big Wan. Good luck. 3v3 tournament on the 19th. You get to pick your own team? How does this work? How does the 3v3 work there in the StarCraft Fastest League community? Gonna knock down these eggs, give you access to this part of the map from this part of the map. Minstrel's really fun that way. Lurkers denying all mining at that base is a big deal, but Bisu got this one too. This might be the biggest macro game I've cast on Minstrel in a long time. In months, probably. Feedback! Defiler! Nice! Dude, more Dark Archon play. Archon, get in there. Save the Nexus. Maelstrom. Archon, you're gonna... No? Really? Okay, coming down to shut the backside harassment down. There you go. Archon gets in there. The Maelstrom just kind of temporarily stopped them from killing the Nexus. Oh my gosh. There you go. Splash finally takes him out. Yes, you're good call. 72 drones. What's up, GOAT? 72 drones to 49 probes, but that means the army is bigger for Bisu. He's got Reavers in the mix. It's the beautiful Zealot, High Templar, Archon, Reaver, Dragoon, Obs combo. All of it gets plagued. The Defiler dies for it, though. I guess not all of it got plagued. Some of it was definitely not plagued. Bisu and Jaedong are giving us the entertainment we've been looking for here on the channel, without a doubt. Psystorm, Reaver shots. Maybe, yes. God. Archon Wall of Doom. Actually, I think staying in the Dark Swarm would have benefited them against the Hydras that are really the big threat, but falling back to where the Psystorm is a great move there, too. So big army here from Bisu. However, getting surrounded and largely executed by Jaedong. What a cleanup there. And then he fires up, what, 12 Lurkers? 12 Lurkers simultaneously here on the left side of the map. Bisu looking fine. 50 workers. He lost this Nexus. Somebody came through and finished it off just a second ago. He had to rebuild it. That's a big deal. Jaedong is interested in killing it again. Plagued up. Still fight. Plague has never killed anything the Protoss has ever had because it can't. Just makes it a little squishier, is all. Squish, squish, squish. Fall back to your High Templar buddy. High Templar should have enough energy for at least 2 storms, and does. Yeah, Jaedong doing a great job getting back behind these mineral lines. Okay, then losing 2 Lurkers to cannons for no reason. That was not exactly a great maneuver here. DT cleaning this out. Wonk. Wop. 7 kills. I think this is the DT from earlier in the game. Just casually killing Hydras. A little bit distracted down this way as more Darkstorm Lurkers try to come in. Bisu says no. Plague on the other side from Jaedong says, I'm mad about it. Eat a plague, big man. Cross and Dizzy select the 6 players to play and pick team captains out of the 6 players. Cool, big man. It sounds like a lot of fun. I might have to check that out. Reaver. Scourge connections. Trying to get those shuttles there. It will abandon the Reavers here, but this is a pretty intense attack. Reinforcements are coming in from Jaedong, though. Lings against Archon Reaver, not going to have a good time. Not even inside Dark Swarm, I'm afraid. Yeah, they're trying to get these Reavers, and no, picks up. Kills a ton of them, but does get picked up and saved. The dance and the constant attacks at the 6 o'clock base have been insane. So far, Jaedong has defended. He gets a plague on the Reavers. That's always huge, man. Getting a plague on the Reaver is fan-friggin-tastic. Okay, good Reaver micro from Bisu. What else do we expect from him, though? More Lurkers come in, and Bisu once again has to fall back from this position. Cannot be happy about it. Teams, Big Wan, Thilo, and Nightstand versus Health and Wealth, Banging, and Bedulji. Okay. All right. I like your team. Sounds like fun. Ultra happiest of Fridays, sir. Just a heads up on the scheduling front. I won't be here tomorrow. I know, Saturday's a huge streaming day, but BYU plays at 10 a.m. local time in the Big 12 Conference Championship game, and then more games are coming, and my brothers are in town, and we're just going to be spending the whole day together. So no stream tomorrow, but Sunday we'll be back with a vengeance. As always, check the schedule for local listings. Zealots and Archons, and this base again is just getting attacked but never dies. This time it looks like the hatch is going to go down. He does. He gets the hatch. He gets the Nidus. He's like 3 Hydras and 2 Lurkers. That's not fun. Well, let's get out of there, folks. Lings and Lurkers once again behind the minerals, shutting down all the mining at this base. Incredibly annoying to deal with. 57 drones to 39 probes here. It was 70-plus workers from Jaedong just a minute ago, but he lost a ton of drones, I think, at this base more than anywhere else. Top shelf. 24-hour stream. I mean, if you want to see Falcon fall asleep on stream, that would be a way to do it. Ooh, maybe some backside harassment here. Yes. Lurkers responding. These overlords, man, they are so important to getting in position in time to deal with this kind of an attack on your base. This Dragoon's like, I can sit back here and do this. Defiler, he just plagued. Okay, bunch of Zealots. Bunch of Zealots got plagued there. That was an excellent, excellent plague. Top Shelf has a guy who does a 24-hour stream annually. A whiskey stream even. Yo. That's a lot. That is a lot of stream. Yes. Ultra, we're doing StarCraft 2 tonight. Probably with Max. This base dies again, and the 6 o'clock is coming back here from Jaedong. Ling's running about, trying to get harassments done. Trying to get a High Templar kill. He gets 2 High Templar kills with just these Cracklings, man. They are fully upgraded. 3-3 Cracklings. Ground for Bisu is also at 3-3 with an extra 1 there because more available upgrades for the Protoss as per usual. More pub style. People just join it like it's a 24-hour let's chat kind of a stream. That sounds fun. Maybe I'll do that one day. For an anniversary of the channel, something like that. Yeah, I mean, it was more of an 11-hour stream, Wander, but yes. That was a good time. It's an open bar. Does he provide alcohol to his viewers? Reaver Archon, pretty powerful, shutting down all the mining at the base, but guess what else shuts down the mining at a base? Killing the base, which is what Jaedong did there. Sending Reavers around these minerals is hilarious. It's another plague. And why is he not? Wow, look at the distance on that shot. All the way around, past the hatchery, and then up to those Hydralisks. Yeah, Psystorm, Reaver stuff. This is just like lobbing bombs over the fence here. Darkstorm makes this scarier, but the Reaver shots don't care. As always, sometimes they get caught up with the minerals and die. Trying to snipe out. The shuttle gets the shuttle. But the Reaver was outside at the time, so it's okay. It has been plagued, but it's got full, well, 66 shields, whatever that counts for. Casual mini-kill Reaver here, dude. He's going to finish off this hatch. Watch. One more. Bam. Look, got the hatch. This is a cool game for cool dudes, man. Maelstrom again. Maelstrom Storm combo on 5 Hydralisks. We take those anywhere. 12 o'clock, not expanded to, but shut down by some cannons, and now the cannons are dead. Thanks to the Cracklings, who do not care about cannons in the least bit. Reaver has only 7 kills. Kind of surprised by that. Figured he'd have at least 10. Does not. 160 to 133 supply. Bisu's up. Bisu is up in overall army supply pretty significantly. It's 58 workers from Jaedong, but he's only mining here. He's not mining anywhere else. He doesn't have the money to build a new hatchery anywhere else either. Bisu. Bisu looking good, man. Again, the heavy Archon reliance in the late game is massive in PvZ. Bisu knows what's up. He's been doing this for a very long time. Reaver shots, catching a plague, feedbacking the Defiler. Again, 2-kill Dark Archon. I think that's the same one from before, but I don't know. But the feedbacks and the spellcasting today from Bisu has been elite. He's up about 30 supply. He's mining from 2 bases, whereas this is the mining base from Jaedong. Can he hold is the question. Archons, charging into the 6 o'clock base, as he's been doing all game. It's a full evacuation from Jaedong. He doesn't like what he sees here. The base goes down. He's got barely enough money to build a new hatch somewhere. He's down about 60, 70 supply. These drones need to get out of here. I don't think he can try to engage against all of these big glowy boys, man. Oh, Maelstrom's a drone and executes it. That is just adding insult to injury. Oh, he's mining from the backside of this base, but is he really doing that? I'm not sure that's happening at all. And that's it. Jaedong taps out, and Bisu, wow, gets the win and a knockdown. Drag him out. Incredible PvZ here on Minstrel. Yeah, he's mining up here. He's mining here. He's doing great. Jaedong mining from this base only is not going to keep him ahead. Keep him even here. And yeah, Reaver's getting work done. Archon's getting work done. 38 kill Archon is bananas. 21 on that one, too. Yeah, Archon's late game pretty much ignores your Dark Storm. Pretty amazing at resisting Plague, too. Just a good all-around unit in professional games and amateurs, too. So, GG, man. Let's go ahead and choose the outcome of that one. Bisu gets the win. Ba-bam. Nicely done, Bisu. Pulling it out against Jaedong in a matchup that we've seen a bunch of times on the channel. I might have to recast that one. Put it on the channel for like next week or something. How much do they play these days? They're both competing in ASL. So, I mean, they're both very active in practicing and Pro League and stuff like that. They're definitely around, Swanton. Whew, 197 to 164,000 points in favor of Bisu that way. Look at this kill-death ratio, 7-2 for Bisu. A 3-1 out production, but a 7-2 out kill is amazing. The Storm, the Archons, the Reavers doing it all. Jaedong outspending, but not enough today. Not even with an 8,000 plus out resource spend, sir. Not even close. All right, that was fun. What's up, scumbag? Out of the hospital, feeling good in the hood. All right, let's go Light versus BTS. Oh man, are we back into doing BTS games? We love BTS. BTS is great, but BTS has a habit of losing more often than not on the channel, unfortunately. So let's see how he does here against Light. Curious to see. Top right, it is Light. Red Terran, bottom left of Eclipse. It's BTS. Overlord's counting out. Terry says, what's up? We're going to check the top right and see what's going on out there. Scumbag. You know, pets sometimes are more affectionate than children, especially if said children are maybe teenagers. Teenagers are not super huge into expressing that kind of emotion to their parents. They're usually too cool for it. Then they get older and then it's fine again. But anyway. Boom. What's the play going to be? What do we got? Any sign of an early pull here from BTS? He is known for being aggressive, which I appreciate. Boom, 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 boom. Drone scouting out two. Oh, hiding a Rax. Wait, is he gonna see this? No. Drone comes up, specifically put this Rax where A scouting drone won't see it. I think BTS is going to be tricked into thinking it's a command center first play. Hold on. Everybody hold on a second. He's like, all right, hold on. No gas. No barracks anywhere. No expansion that I can see. It's got to be a CC first. Do the mind games here from Light. Once again, Light will play standard, and he will beat you playing standard, and you know what he's doing because he'll out-execute you. But sometimes he'll trick you. Sometimes it's the tricks. Yeah, see, look, he blocks the attempt at the command center first. So at this point, he's got to be sniffing out, yeah, some kind of a proxy racks play, right? He's got to be figuring it. SCV heads on down that way. He's got to be ready. He's ready for a bunker. He's got a drone here specifically to block a bunker. That's all that is. That's all it's ever going to be. Yeah, look at this. 4 drones down. He's like, I know what you're going to do. You're trying to bunker me. I can smell it. Yeah, this Marine killing an Overlord would be a huge problem for BTS. Okay, 2 Marines definitely going to kill that Overlord in that situation. SCV checks to make sure there's not a third base up that way, and there isn't. And it's just a tiny little 1 racks hiding it from your opponent. It's just as far away as it would be if it was right here, basically. And then it's just some lost mining time here for the drones. So, I don't know, man. Are we going to get a third base here? Is that a good idea? If he feels like he can handle this early pressure coming in, it's unupgraded Marines. There's no gas, so there's no upgrades here on these guys. If he can hold just a little bit of unupgraded Marine play, he does it. He goes for the third hatch. I mean, it's an expansion behind it from Light, so it's not as though it's that stupid, right? If it was like a 3 racks, no expansion play from Light, and BTS got a third, I would have his head checked. Okay, then he gets bunker rushed at the third. Okay, BTS, my dude. My dude. Does he have any? He now is making lings. Can you see this? He can. He sees it. Is he going to counter with the lings? This is a weird game, man. I like it. We get the weird stuff. RJB with the weird stuff. So that's a cancel. He's not even trying to save it. It's a cancel. He's going to waste as much time of Light as he can. By not canceling until the end here, but he's going to send the lings on a counterattack. Uh-oh. No bunker yet. SCV is getting pressed into service. It's going to be incredible micro here from both of these players. Lings get a nice run by. They get right on top of the Marines. They all die immediately. There is 1 remaining, but more lings are coming across the map. The bunker needs to finish. I don't know that it matters anymore. The bunker's done. All of the Marines are dead. The counterattack into the natural base. Lings trying to shut this thing down too. I think BTS has enough lings to do it. Back home, he's killing SCVs. There's nobody put in the bunker. There's 1 Marine to put in the bunker here. This gets entirely cleaned up, and Light GG's out. BTS gets a win on the channel. Oh, BTS getting a win finally at a really sneaky attempt by Light to hide a racks from him. He bunker loses his third, but his counterattacks with slow lings. He just barely has enough gas for metabolic boost, and it was not done for this entire battle. It came down to Light's inability to hold against that ling attack. The Marines died immediately. Every Marine died immediately. SCVs can't handle this many lings, especially if a bunch of them died holding earlier, and the counterattack of the Marines into the natural base got cleaned up way too easily, too. So BTS, man, what a guy. That was fantastic. Fantastic game from him. Yeah, outproduced the Terran. Again, lings help with that a lot. Outkilled the stuff. Mojo
the Scout donated $70.
Mojo is back. He's back, everybody, from the outer reaches of the Kerprulu sector. And he is here to donate $70 over PayPal at falconpaladin@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Mojo. Wink. Much appreciated. That was a quick game for sure. Try to mix in the quick games sometimes. Keep you guys on your toes. Don't ya know? Don't ya know? Don't ya know? All right, next up we have another Light versus BTS here. It's on Deja Vu. Let's see what that's all about. Sometimes we get a little unofficial series here. Does that count as the Falcon Paladin scout guarantee? It does not. We still have to see a scout on the screen. But it's a good thought. Really good thought. Top left, it's going to be a brown Terran player. It's light. Bottom right, it's BTS, the white Zerg player. We're on Deja Vu. It's a map that's called Deja Vu because it implements some very familiar map elements from other famous maps across all time and space. But I mean, I don't know. A lot of maps do that. I'm not sure that Deja Vu is special for accomplishing that goal necessarily. How's it going, Wong Siu? Good morning. Welcome to Light versus BTS. BTS just won a game against Light. So when you're betting your Falcon ships, keep that in mind. BTS doesn't have a fantastic win-loss record on the channel, but doesn't mean he loses everything, and he is still a really good player. Ooh, it's going to be another proxy. I mean, it was barely a proxy in game 1 on Eclipse. This is a concerted center of the map proxy on a 4-player map. He doesn't know where the Zerg is right now. He's building these in the center to reduce the distance that it will take for his Marines to get to his enemy, wherever they happen to be. So I love this. This is blind. He's just like, yep, gonna build the racks in the middle. Was gonna do that anyway. We'll see what happens. Probably send an SCV out to scout at some point. It is cross spawn, but this barracks position is equidistant to any of the other 4 bases. He's got short rush distance bases here and here. This is a long rush distance cross spawn. So this will help him. This actually reduces the distance that it would take for him to get Marines to where the Zerg player is. So he's going to take a guess, check bottom left, see if there's any Zerg down that way, and there's not. Another SCV out. You have to find the enemy in order for this Marine to know where to go. So he's going to scout bottom left and top right, and if there's no Zerg in those places, then he's going to send the Marine bottom right by process of elimination. But this is the worst possible outcome, I think, for him. Yeah, checks nothing there, checks nothing here. Drone coming across the map is going to see this and be like, oh, right. And then that tells Light where the Zerg is. He was right about to find out where the Zerg was anyway. That wasn't anything crazy. So, SCV here to build a bunker. This is Light bunkering twice in 2 games. What a guy. More drones getting pulled out because the pool isn't actually done yet. Pool's done now, but the drones still got to buy time for lings to come out. Maybe a sunken to get produced. It is lost mining time, and the faster you can clean this up, the better it is. Okay, Light doesn't actually really micro... There you go. A little bit of micro there at the end, but not a whole ton. He's still not making any Zerglings. He is just droning behind this. Okay, so he shuts that down. It's a 1 racks into factory play back home. Okay. Oh, fast Vulture on the follow-up could be really damaging from BTS. If he doesn't get a sunken down, this Vulture is going to show up and kill all of these drones, even without the speed upgrade. A sunken is a bare minimum. Okay, well, there you go. Creep colony coming in. I don't know if he scouted it or if he just was like, it's an option. It's an option here. It could be a factory. And a starport on the follow. Light. What are you doing, man? What is the play here? Is he going to drop Vultures into the main base of BTS? Is he going Wraiths? I mean, you make the 1 Vulture anyway, because you might as well. Yeah, got a factory. No, he's sitting at home. Fair enough. I mean, there's a sunken here anyway. He's not getting a lot done. And if you can stay alive... He's not making any more Vultures, though. I think this is Wraith. Like a 1-port Wraith? Yeah. 1-port Wraith. 1 Vulture, 1 Wraith. 1 Rax proxy into 1 Vulture, 1 Wraith build for Light. The classic. This happens all the time on Ladder. No, it doesn't. Light's doing weird stuff, man. Remember when I said that Light is known for being a very standard player? And he's very known for doing standard strategies he beats you with because he just out-executes you. This is Light today being kind of nuts, but he's playing against a barcode Zerg, and maybe that influences him to try some stuff that is not as in the box, right? Not as normal. Lairs on the way. Hydra Den coming in. I mean, Hydra against Wraith is really the answer here. Unless there are so many Wraiths, they can kind of one volley down a Hydra, which you can do if you have 2 ports, but not if you just have the 1, it turns out. Spire coming in too. I like this. Hydra Den and Spire. 3 Hydras in for defense. They're going to be good against things like a couple Vultures. They're going to be good against things like Wraiths. And hey, look, a Wraith is here. Hydra, turn around. Hydra. Hydra. He's like, oh, turning around. Overlord is going to die. Can't save it. But again, 1 Overlord down, you're used to that because an early Corsair will kill an Overlord before you have Hydras out anyway in the PvZ. Dude, this micro, look at this. Look at this micro. Ah, gets another Overlord there. Does not supply block the Zerg, but it's close. Another Overlord pops, and he fixes that problem pretty much immediately. Second base, that's why there's not a second port here, is because the second base had to fit into this build somewhere, and you sacrifice production capabilities to get that second base out as soon as he did. So he is meching it here. Cloak, Wraith, and Vulture. You know what's really good against this? Mass Hydra. With range, with speed, crushes this build. So I'm surprised he saw the Hydralisk and he was like, you know what? I need more Wraiths with Cloak. I don't know if it's going to work out. Oh, it is a drop ship, though. All right. He does drop a couple... okay, 4, actually. He was making Vultures while the Wraith was harassing. So Sunken's going to kill these guys, but they're going to get a few drones down at the same time. Get their pound of flesh in here. That Sunken really... It could have been worse. That was a lot of drones. That was 4 to 5, maybe even 6 drones died. Could have been a lot worse. Doesn't send the drop ship home, though. And loses the drop ship. Those aren't free, you know. Maybe he was planning on never dropping again. Seems possible. You know what's also pretty good against Vultures and Wraiths? Mutalisks are also pretty good against Vultures and Wraiths. Wraiths take forever to kill a Mutalisk because, well, the small size. Obviously, they're intended to kill big things like Overlords and Carriers and whatnot. Have I ever dislocated or broken a bone before? No. Cracked a rib. That's the closest I've come to breaking a bone before. Yeah, Happy. Agreed. It's kind of like how a mistake that Zerg players make is they use a queen to spawn Broodling, and then they just kind of leave it there. They don't send it home to safety. They leave it there and it dies. Like, it's not that hard... Overlord snipe. Supply block, by the way. To spawn Broodling something and shift right-click the queen back home to safety, but so many Zergs just don't bother doing that, and they die. Queens are not free. They're more expensive than dropships are. Third base coming in down south here from BTS. He's got Mutas. He's got some Hydras. It's a very non-standard TVZ here today, sirs and madams. Spider Mines are out. They're getting hunted by the Mutalisks with the Speed Overlords. Like that. Metabolic Boost is on the way. If you sprain something, if you just leave it alone, it'll give you pain for years. Yeah, sprains can have long-term pain if you don't deal with it. Hive on the way. I've heard that really bad sprains can actually hurt more than a broken bone. Which, again, I don't have any experience with it, but yeah. Yes, Happy. That's also a problem. Everyone has some kind of a micro problem that seems easy to clean up, but even the pros do it, so it's tough, apparently. Just available APM, right? Nice snipe on a drone. Those guys get out of there. It's just how much APM is available to do all the things you want to do. Because you could use all your APM at the front, making sure your High Templar never die, making sure your dropships go home, making sure your queens don't die, but then maybe you miss a macro cycle, and maybe you miss an upgrade, and maybe you miss a tech choice, right? So it's just the trade-offs back and forth. Stim is on the way from Light. Looks like he is, yeah, extra Rapture coming up. He's going to go for an SK Terran follow-up to this little, you know, we got Vultures with speed and Spider Mines. Doesn't mean we're mech in play. Kind of like it. Adrenal is on the way. High priority for this Adrenal upgrade. That high finish, and that's exactly what he did. Defiler Mound coming in at the same time. Nidus Canals here too. Yep. No, StarCraft is very, very hard. I think a lot of people have been playing StarCraft for years and are still very bad at it. Yeah, I hear ya, Happy. But as somebody who's cast a bunch of Archon mode in StarCraft 2, it kind of just feels like a regular pro game. Like, you'd think you would see some really, really fancy micro tricks or some incredible macro that just like, wow, but it just... If you didn't tell me it was an Archon game, I wouldn't believe it was an Archon game. Archon mode is where two players control the same player, right? So one player can work on macro, one player can work on micro out here. And I was really excited for it when it was introduced as a concept, but I'm telling you, even at the pro level, it just never turned out games that felt any different than a 1v1 pro game. You could be right, Happy. Sniping down a Science Vessel. Nice Scourge connection there. Irradiate, really good. The split is not great at all, actually. That was a pretty bad split. At the end of the day, we've got Marines, Fire Bats charging in. Scourge trying to connect onto those Wraiths as well, but the Marines are covering for those guys. Sunken's getting hits off, and by that I mean one Sunken getting a hit off. Does get focused down. Ling's trying to save the day. They've got Adrenal, but they don't have great upgrades. Otherwise here, another Sunken pops up, but one Sunken not going to do a lot. Nidus gets sniped. Base looks like it's going to die. Ultralisk pops out of this mess, rallies, and dies without getting a single amount of damage done. Oh, no. Oh, no. Third base down. What do I say about third bases dying from Zergs, folks? It usually means they're dead, especially in a TVZ. And, yep, that was a great timing attack with +1 there. The Fire Bats, the Medics, the Wraiths in on that thing. BTS did not see it coming. He had Ultralisks on the way, but they don't have Chitinous yet. The Lings have Adrenal, but there weren't enough of them to do that. Was he trying to go for Crazy Zerg? Really? I mean, not... He had a Hydra Den and he had a Spire. It's not Crazy Zerg. He was just trying to get into Ultras after that opening, and it just took a while. It took too long, is the larger problem. Darks, okay, if you can come back as a Zerg player, how do you do it? Dark Swarm Ling Ultra is a way to come back. Plague's on the way here too. Third base replaced up the right side here from BTS. But it's 124 to 65 supply. It's not looking good for our BTS. And this is what we get out of BTS, man. It's just he's a hair off sometimes. Huge Plague is huge. Okay, never mind. Darkstorm. Plague's not done yet. Plague, again, almost done was Plague. It's done, and he does get a Plague off, but it's after all the units have been split by light. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not considered Crazy Zerg, considering all the tech that BTS has here. Plague going to drain the energy off the medics, as it does, but a third base is coming in and done from light over here at about a 10 o'clock spot. Kind of, okay, hold position Ultra. I imagine there was a Dark Swarm here. That poor guy. He was told to hold position. And he's like, boss, I'm being shot at. Boss, I don't have a Dark Swarm. Boss. And then he died. Couldn't even defend himself. What a sad Ultralisk. Well, can he save the third base again? The answer appears to be no. That's a lot of Marines. All the Ultras are getting irradiated and hurting each other by bumping up against each other with the irradiates. And, yeah, not even microing here. That's how ahead Light is right now. GG. BTS taps out. Light gets the win there in a solid little 14-minute TVZ on Deja Vu. A weird one to be sure. The one factory, one starport, one vulture, one wraith expand build from Light. Just there to harass. Got a vulture drop inside the main, the timing attack, and the transition into Marines with medics and stim. The third base died, and that was the end of BTS at that stage. So, GG. GG. What's up, 4 Prime? Most powerful hybrid is here, the 4 Prime one. Outproducing the Terran, getting out killed by a 2-to-1 ratio is going to make it hard to win at all. 7-0 on the buildings raised. We got an outspend, 23,000 total to 22. If the Light outspends the Terran, they win about 99 times out of 100. So GG, man. GG goes there. What did we not cast today? A PVT? I don't think we've done a PVT yet today. Let's try to find one of those. Oh, right. You guys can't see this. You're not allowed to see that. Check out Falcon Paladin Plays, man. Oh, a lot of replays. Thousands and thousands of replays. Yes, sir. Goblin Jam. Sure, let's go Cal versus Rush. Here on Radeon. Cal, a bit of an older player. Rush, a bit of a younger player. I'm not sure too many years separate them. Happy says, I want another Intercoven replay. Didn't we talk to RJB about how rare those are? Bottom right. It's going to be our guy, Rush. Top left, it is Cal. I didn't even look what map we're on. Pantheon. Nope. Radeon. Radeon. We're on Radeon. Cool enough. Cool enough. Prediction up. Prediction rockin'. Neo Third World. Could be a good option as well. Happy. Probably find one of those. Boom, boom. All right, kids. We're going to see recalls in this game. We're going to see carriers in this game. And it's going to be a PvT with Reaver shenanigans. There's a lot of options for PvT to make it interesting. I kind of feel like the most boring PvT is where it's just Zealot, Dragoon, High Templar against vultures and tanks. And that's it. It's like, there's so many other cool things you can do in PvT, though, I say. And sometimes there is, and sometimes there's not. And that's okay. The times that there is makes us appreciate the times that there is not. Or the other way around. The other way around. So, Raxing up on the high ground here. Nexus, first cross spawn. Oh, that might be an insta-win. Didn't Artosis once say that cross spawn Nexus first is an insta-win in PvT? He says it's impossible to beat. Artosis is kind of a defeatist when it comes to StarCraft, so we should take his thoughts on PvT with a grain of salt, without a doubt. And both sides complain that the other side is OP. That's right, 4 Prime. That is the beauty of PvT. So that Terrans think Protoss is OP, and Protoss thinks Terrans are OP. And it's very fun. So the good news is that Rush is taking a bit of a risk here. He's going Rax Expand before gas, before factory. So he's doing this blind, too. He is actually doing a build that kind of helps counter the Nexus first that Cal's going for. And just blind as well. Like, this is not respecting your Protoss opponent when you do this. Because if the Protoss does go for like a 2-gate Dragoon opening with range, you die. This opening dies to that. And he's not. That's the good thing. It's a Nexus first, which can't do anything to punish what the Terran's doing, but the engagement here for Cal is incredibly high too. Top Shelf is the smallest, worst, lowest fan of PvT in the world. He's a hater, possibly, too. Yeah, but 4 Prime... You know what Psystorm is? Psystorm is a spell that is good against every unit in the whole game. I would say Psystorm is better than anything Zerg has. Anything. There is not a strategy anyone can do in any matchup in StarCraft that Storm is bad against. Where you're like, huh, I guess I can't use Storm in this game. They use the strategy that makes Storm obsolete. There isn't one. There's nothing you can do to make Storm obsolete. It's kind of insane, isn't it? Factories coming in, bunker up. Bit of a push out here. 1 Zealot, 1 Dragoon. SCV saw them. Steve the SCV is doing his job. No, Defilers are garbage against Archons. You can't Dark Swarm against Archons. You can't Plague Archons. If somebody goes Mass Archon, your Defilers are useless. Can't do it. It's a waste of spell. It's a waste of resources every time. There's a counter to Defiler in the game. Okay, so we're 2 base to 2 base. Ooh, proxy and a starport. Big fan of a proxy at starport here by Rush. Maybe it's... Ooh, like a tank drop? Hang on. Where can you put tanks? You can't put tanks up here. I mean, behind the mineral line is your best bet, but that's always a little bit dicey. We'll see what he does. Maybe he's going to get some vulture drops inside the mineral line and do it that way. Could be pretty good. Spider Mine's on the way. Vulture speed coming in here too. Tanks are out. Just to contain, not even a contain. This is a, hey, if you're going to move out with tanks, I'd like to know about it before you get to my front door, please. Third base coming down the left side of Radeon. Tucked in this corner here. There are 2 entrances, but this ramp's fairly narrow. Not that hard to defend, I have seen. So yeah, it's a drop ship, and then there's 2 vultures out on the map. Okay, but don't die. You need to stay alive so you can get dropped. Nice snipe on Spider Mine. Nice snipe on Spider Mine. Beautifully done. And a good, another... Okay, Spider Mines are not happening right now. Cal is wrecking this. Okay, so new vultures come in for the drop purposes. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And guess what? You're watching the front door. You're not watching your back door. There's no cannons back here. There's no Dragoons at all. Rush going for the drop into the natural base. There's 48 probes now. That number's going to fall fairly quickly starting now. And, there it is. Death drops 2 in the natural, drops 2 in the main. I kind of love this. Vulture control not great. Why are you fighting the Dragoons? Because he can't control both at the same time. That's why. Spider Mine's inside the mineral line. There's obs, though. And the Spider Mines get cleaned up without doing any friendly fire damage. I think that could have been better executed by Rush. He got 3, maybe 4 probe kills, considering they're being produced 2 at a time, but not great, Rush. Good idea. Not the best execution I have ever seen. I'm pretty sure YH has probably done that top shelf. Sounds like something that he would do. YH is funny, man. All week he's like, when are you doing StarCraft? And then I do StarCraft and he's not here. The biggest troll. The biggest of the troll. Third base coming in right side from Rush. Flying his starport away. Critter! Critter's busy on a Friday night. Got a hot date, Critter. Huh? Where are you going? What you doing? What are the plans? Fourth Nexus coming in at this. I want to call it at 12 o'clock, but it's not, because 12 o'clock is technically up here, but it's close enough to 12 o'clock on the ladder, in my opinion. It is Arbiter Tech. Let's go! Falcon loves him some Arbiter shenanigans, and Cal is doing it for us now. Are they unstoppably good against Terran? No. But they're pretty good, right? They're pretty good. Stasising like 4 of the 8 tanks in a group is often enough to beat said group. Recalling onto an expansion is usually pretty rad. Recalling into the main base is not something Falcon ever likes to see, but, you know, pros do it anyway, so it can't be that terrible. +1 attack is done for the tanks. The Dragoons are sitting at a solid 0-0-0 with an upgrade coming in of the +1 attack variety. Stasis being researched. Recall, probably the next upgrade to come out of that Arbiter Tribunal. It's just a simple design, but I always love the design of the Arbiter Tribunal. There's something about it, even in the old graphics. Which, again, this is a lie, but close enough. Working out of town 5 days at a time. There you go. It is date night for Critter. Let's go. Aw. Hope it's a good one, Critter. You're a good man. Good man. Gotta make up for being away. Concur. Tell Exmo hi for me. So, +1 attack still done, +1 attack done. So both players have equal upgrades. We got Zealot Legs coming in too, which is a late upgrade in PvT because until the tanks are out in numbers, speed laws aren't going to be particularly fantastic. Nexus coming in top right here from Cal too, so he's expanding. You got to do it. You got to expand a bunch against a scary 3-basing Terran. Who's working on his upgrades? He's got Charon boosted Goliath, Spider Mines everywhere. He's worried about Arbiters dropping in here, or even just shuttles dropping in here, and Spider Mines help with that quite a bit. Recall, yeah, recall on the way next too. So again, recalling expansions, si senor. Recalling the main base, I don't know. He's got stuff in here too. He's ready for it. Stargate is on the way from Cal. This could be a lot of Arbiters. This could also be a carrier transition. You don't usually see Arbiters and carriers in the same game, which, based on how I played Protoss back in 1999, is kind of weird because I would get Arbiters for my carriers. It's just so gas heavy is the problem. Scanning a bunch. Scans the main. You see the cyber core he does, and he sees it's not working on an upgrade, but he does see double Stargate running. It's double Stargate Arbiter from Cal. I've seen Snow do this in a PvT before against Light, where he just went for a ton of Arbiters. Gave them a +1 attack upgrade too, which was insane. Very funny. Rush tried to set up here, but no. Absolutely not, these Dragoons said. What are you trying to do, man? Is it finally push-out time? Looks like it's finally push-out time here for Rush. So, what do we got? We got +1, +1. +2 is done momentarily. It's a nice upgrade timing to hit, and there it is. +2 is done. Time to move out. And now the slowdown has to happen. Is this a recall attempted in the natural? It's got to be. This Arbiter is alone. It's making a beeline for the Nat. It's time for a Recoola right in the natural base. Zealots and Dragoons, huge amount here. Targeting's going to be good. Siege tanks in position. Splash damage against these Dragoons will kill these SCVs as well. He finally pulls the SCVs out of there once he recognizes the danger. And yeah, just not quite targeting all that much here, but killed a couple tanks. Going to kill a missile turret. Why not? This Dragoon has a kill to his name. And it just keeps the Terran from pushing out a little bit. It's a delayed tactic more than anything else. He did kill some SCVs, but not exactly a game-winning maneuver there. Pushing out continually across the map here is Rush. Still trying to make it happen. Hasn't made too much progress, honestly. Okay, here we go. Now moving, scanning out ahead every time to see what he's dealing with. Is he going to walk into some kind of an ambush or not? Arbiter. This is a Stasis Arbiter. Blomp. Different than a Recall Arbiter. You can tell by what it's looking at. Stasis is 0 tanks, though. Alright, I guess. The 0 tank Stasis. Storm on everything. Zealots on the right side. Dragon Spider Mines into the tanks. Good storms on those tanks on the right side as well. Not too shabby, but not enough. Again, you Stasis 0 of the tanks, and there are 15 tanks remaining. You should not be surprised that is the case. It's actually exactly 12. 13. 13 tanks are remaining there with +2. And Cal's got to fall back. More Arbiters in production. More Stasis could be good. Again, actually Stasising, oh, I don't know. A tank would be good. I appreciate that he got the Science Vessel because, you know, EMP on the Arbiter really renders it utterly useless. So the natural enemy of the Arbiter did get Stasis. But at the end of the day, the tanks are kind of a bigger problem for the overall engagement. What's up, Trey? Happy Friday, man. Doing great on a Friday. Casting some Cal versus Rush for you. This is the 4th or 5th game we've gotten to today. It's been a good bunch of games in the Pro Replay section of the Friday cast. Friday stream. Setting up a 4th base. Rush also controls the center of the map. An attempt in here to the 3rd. Again, Spider Mines are everywhere. We've seen recalls sometimes turn into everything that got recalled into the base evaporated immediately. Doesn't go in there. Yeah, he does a recall into the 4th base. Does force a retreat by this command center, though. Psystorming, reinforcing units coming up this ramp. I like that maneuver for sure. Command center not going to die, but it is actively burning. Bottom left base getting sniped out by vultures. I think they just ran by. Yeah, they did. They took hits from the cannons, ran by, and sniped a Nexus with their +3 attack. They can do that. They're not good with +0, but once they get +2 or +3, they're kind of incredible. So Rush hangs on to this base. Another recall? Another recall into the 3rd base. Dude, I am missing out on a couple of these here. I mean, you make 2 Stargate Arbiter, you're going to be doing a lot of recalls, probably. Again, Command Center doesn't die. Spider Mine's getting cleared out, but that's not exactly a good use of Zealots to clear out Spider Mines. As it turns out, sir. So going to get a Comsat station. Ooh, a recall into the main. Nope. No, didn't get EMP'd, but the Spider Mine's connecting again. And the missile turret kills the Arbiter. Okay, it's not exactly the scariest attack. This is a scary attack. Sieging, not even sieging up into the natural base. Gonna hit this left side fourth base, or third base as well. It's getting chaotic in here. Third base by the Terran is dead, but he's gonna take 2 Nexuses for it. It sure looks like that's what he's going for here. +3, +2 on the siege tanks. Starport gonna die. Command center running, actively burning. If it's repaired, yes. If not, it's gonna die very shortly. Nexus down. Nexus very down as well. Nothing even really coming to save this. Probes running for their lives, dead. 54 to 35 workers in favor of the Terran player right now. And yeah, lost a base, but still alive. Didn't lose a lot of production here. Still mining here, bottom left. Maybe an expansion location too for Rush in the future. Big round of Dragoons and Zealots produced off of all the gateways in the top right. Protoss know to put their production in a different position here. Zealot Dragoon charging down. Ooh, nice flank attack on the right side here too. They've got 3, 2 upgrades. D-Matrix keeps the tank alive for another 4 seconds, maybe if that. And this attack does get shut down. Not enough support for these tanks. Again, tanks alone can be handled. It's when they have the support of the things like Spider-Mines and Vultures and even Goliaths that they get extra scary here. They got to fall back in that position. Acardia!
Acardia5 donated $10. It's the catch-22. I am a Terran player, but hate watching Nexuses die baby rage.
That's interesting. Why do you hate watching Nexuses die? I guess because you build Nexuses, I suppose. But yeah, shuts this whole thing down. 140 to 111 supply here. Rush is up big time. He's got the +3 on the tanks, +2 armor here too. And thank you, Acardiogs, for the very generous PayPal donation, sir. So this is looking pretty bad. It's effectively 1 mining base for the Protoss in the top right, and that's it. Terran's mining here, Terran's mining here. 2 base to 1 base. The math does not math if you're a Protoss right now. He's got enough to kind of defend his main base for now. More scanning, and he splits the Arbiter so they both can't get EMP'd. Okay, neither of them do get EMP, but the pressure in the top right here by Rush is pretty darn intense. Vultures just fighting cannons, man. That is so brave. I guess, is there a D-Matrix on there? Maybe I was hallucinating. Trying to come up this ramp. Stasising the dudes on the ramp so no more units can get up here is so good. But tanks can still fire from the low ground a pretty far distance, and even if they miss, they're still going to hit. Arbiter, not enough energy for a recall yet. Kind of hanging out maybe until he has one. That could be pretty good on this space that has literally no defense on it at all for Rush. That is kind of concerning. Shuttle hanging out down here. Maybe they're part of a drop earlier. Did he re-stasis, or is this the initial stasis that's still up? I think it was the initial one. Trying to... Hey, storming Vultures. Hey, Happy, look, he's storming Vultures. Pretty good success with it, too. Storm good unit, even against fast stuff. We see it used against Lings and Vultures all the time. But I don't know if he can hold on to this top base. He does wander over here. This game is insane. He gets another recall off on the third base of Rush. Another command center is going to die. SCV's retreating for their lives down this way. Zealots running down to this 6 o'clock from that... Okay, that's kind of genius. He just runs down and says, hey, all you got are tanks here, right? I mean, you could probably kill that tank if you wanted. And that one, too. The Vultures are the problem, as always. For our Zealot boys. They don't really get that much done, but yeah, GG. Not enough. Final mining base falls from Cal. Rush gets the win, but yo, that was scraptastic. Holy cow. Barely mining at all here is Rush at this base. This base is not mining. He's not anywhere else. That's mined out. That's mined out. He's not anywhere else on the map at all, but he's wiping out the only place that the Protoss is mining right now, and that's going to shut it down. That'll kill most people. Scans in to make sure there's not a base there. There's not. There's a surprising amount of minerals left here inside the natural base of Cal. All things considered. Very, very fun. All right. Hoorah! Good stuff there. That is a win for Rush. Terran getting a win against the hated Protoss. 107,000 points to 89,000 points there in favor of Rush. The outproduction by Rush, the outkill by Rush, also very nice. The outspend by Protoss, not enough today. Yeah, no, happy I just said that there is no strategy you can go where Storm is bad. There isn't one, period. All right, let's do live games. Let's get those things going. So head over to US West BattleNet, and we will do some of those live matches. Join the Falcon Paladin channel if you would be so kind. Dude. RoyaL and Soulkey, Jaedong and Bisu, Light and BTS 2-fer, which was a lot of fun. And then a Cal versus Rush. Perfect. What's up? All right, US West BattleNet, let's go. Gonna get a water refill. I'll be right back. Cardiox is here. We need some more people to fill up this channel. I bet you can do it. Thanks again for the massive support today from a Cardiox and Ultra and Big Wan and Condemned Marine. So far, so good. Bum bum. Bum bum. We are back. We got Big Wan in here as Banana Wan. We got a Cardiox in here as I Build Nexuses. We're a little bit early for the regular time for the live games, so we'll give some people a chance to hop in. Happy makes it in. Good, good. Glad to see it. Happy says, I have a 3-player map. J-Talks in the house as well. What's up, Jordan? Here. Ah, you were tired on a Friday night. Understandable, Jordan. I hear ya, bud. I hear ya. End of a week can get pretty tiring, without a doubt. Oh, right. What's up, not too tired? What an appropriate name to bust out during that conversation. How you doing? That's funny. Happy is in. Cardiox is in. Big Wan is in. Hamster is in. Hamster is not in. Hamster is too strong. He cheese. He definitely cheese. What is up? Moon, RoyaL, Terran with a raid of 45 people, crushing it on a Friday night. Massive raid. How you doing, Moon? Moonrai. That's right, it's Moonrai, Terran. Looked like an L for a second for some reason, but it is Moonrai indeed. How was your stream? Hope it was a good one. Hope it was awesome. All right, GLHF, here we go. Glad you're doing well, Moonrai. Zerg, Terran, Protoss against innumerable hordes of enemy Zerg. We'll see if they can hold it off or not. 3-player map for those times when we have 3 people ready to play. So, we need to protect the Xel'Naga Temple. If it dies, the humans lose. So, who do we got here? We got Big Wan, Cardiox, who is iBuild Nexuses, and Happy. 115 on the map. They're making some option choices here. You got enemy Protoss. You got enemy Terran. You got enemy Zerg all up in this mess. It's going to send hordes and waves at you forever and ever. And here we go. Got a battle cruiser. Got a couple science vessels that can spawn in. They spawn in Ultralisks? I'm trying to remember what they spawn in. It's something pretty crazy. So here we go. Down south. Got a Zerg. It is Big Wan. He's got an infested command center to play with too. Right side, it's Happy with the old Nexus Protossing, and then a Terran is a Cardiox. So this science vessel can call down whatever you want, which is pretty interesting. Hamster says, as always, Terran gets the most OP abilities and Zerg gets the worst. So, these guys are going to start sending in stuff, which is great. You need to survive for 48 minutes or kill the enemy. Happy says, I'm just going to make mass reavers? You can expand up here, but you got to take down these abandoned structures first. Says, could you use the battle cruiser, please, to clear out the blocking expansion side disruptors that are now abandoned, tragically, so they can actually get a second base, because one base, that turns out, isn't very good. Although you get 2 gas, could be worse. Big man's up here with 2 gas. He's not actually harvesting from the second gas, but that's okay. No gas taken yet by Cardiox, but he's working on it. And Happy's getting his second assimilator here at 2 minutes. So yeah, you gotta work away so you can finally expand up that way. I'm not sure if there's a particular time when they start sending stuff to try to kill you. I imagine there is, because for now they're just kind of hanging out, right? They don't rush ya. Ooh, Astro's here. Welcome back, dude. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. 4430 are the first attacks. Okay. 4430. First bunker coming up. High ground bunker. Going to be hard for the enemy to crack, without a doubt. Marine production happening here, too. Trying not to get supply blocked. Getting his second gas rolling. Quick lair here from Big Wan. There's Banana Wan. Stargate on the way from Happy. How does he just open up Stargate? Why does he not have to follow tech paths? What? His bonus is he doesn't have to follow tech paths. Got it. Yes, there are a bunch of Protoss stacked buildings and a defiler mound. And a whole bunch of supply depots. Here we come. Lings from the orange computer spawning in. Gonna make a move. Also some here. Also some here. Also, guess what? Some here too. Does that mean Zerg doesn't have to build a defiler mound to make defilers? He's definitely getting into Hive. Unupgraded Lings. No speed at all. Ghosts! Nice. Got an infested Alexei Stukov. He does 40 damage per shot. Gonna do pretty darn well against these unupgraded Zerglings, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, so they've knocked out all of the stuff blocking the expansion to the 12 o'clock here. So they should be expanding there soon. A lot of Lings coming in from Brown. This bunker is being repaired, but not good enough. These are upgraded Lings now. Uh-oh. Bunker busted. Dragoons firing on this. Hybrid form Archon is ready to go. Concussive damage, the best. He's spawning a bunch of spawned broodlings with 3/3 to fight. Oh, hey, Firebat's not a bad answer to these broodlings, though, huh? Anyway, the aggression is real at this point. Carrier doing the Gantrathor. I apologize. It is not a carrier. It is the Gantrathor is here to help against a little bit of pressure there from a Cardiox. Base up this way. Dragoon shutting that down. No attempt to expand to the other locations quite yet. The Broodlings will time out fairly soon. Reaver's up from Happy. He said he was going to go Mass Reaver, so he is a man of his word. He will, in fact, go Mass Reaver here. Cardiox's bunkers are not doing as well against these Zealots as he'd like. Hydra is coming in from the enemy at the same time. Reaver's going to handle those quite nicely. A Scout pops in. It's a Mojo Scout for Happy. Got a Hero Scout running around. Hero Carrier running around. All the Broodlings are expiring. You ever like hearing infested Broodlings dying there? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Scouts? Kind of like the combination. Reaver Scout. Gonna do just fine. Sure. A bunch of queens just spawned in here for Big Wan. I don't know if it's for ensnare or if he's trying to get some spawn broodling stuff down or what. But this pressure is getting for real here. Bit of a meme build here from Big Wan, but hey, what do you do? Oh, do they generate Ultralisks when they do spawn broodling? That's kind of cool. Happy is having a bad time. Did he lose the Gantrathor? He's about to lose the Gantrathor. They're going mass air to attack the body of the carrier. Ya dummy. Zero armor Ultralisks. Not going to be very good, as it turns out. Happy's like, I don't know what they're doing. Gantrathor has 10 kills, but 100 hit points. Pretty squishy at this stage of the game. Alexei Stukov, 18 kills to his name here. The hold continues for Team Defense. He's sending spawn broodlings in too? They sure are. Weird, but okay, I guess. Second base up here from Happy. Cardiox is getting his own second base up there, too. Their comp is mass-infested units. I mean, a bunch of mutas just showed up. Not sure that counts as infested exactly. The Mojo going to fight against the carriers. Not exactly his favorite thing to do. What's up, MH? Hello. Happy Friday. This is 3 humans defending against 4 or 5 computer enemies that are trying to kill this Protoss temple. They need to defend it for another 36 minutes. And if they do, they win. And if it gets destroyed, they lose. So the waves are going to get harder. Yeah, Devourers. One more hit. God, Devourer attack speed is too slow to kill the Gantrathor. Amazing. Keeps it alive just barely now. Not for a good time, though. Got a Danamoth here now, so Happy's hero Sky Toss stuff continues to happen. Reavers are not Warbringers, though, interestingly enough, just as Sky stuff is. Random ghost wandering across the map and attacking stuff. Physics lab up from a Cardiox. You only get 1 hero air unit at a time. Makes sense. So I'm assuming if a queen spawn broodling's a unit here, it turns into an Ultralisk. That's what it looks like is happening here for Big Wan. Yeah, spawn Ultralisk. But it doesn't work on buildings, unfortunately, so this Sunken Spore thing's a little bit tough for him to deal with. 1/1 Lings running in. Ah, there you go. Spawn Broodling on a Ling. Not usually a good use of your ability, but if you get an Ultralisk out of it, it's kind of perfect. Again, they don't have upgrades except what you've been giving them. So So Big Wen needs to give these guys upgrades so when they spawn, they don't just immediately die to the Sunkens, which is kind of what's happening right now. Gantrathor, 6 total hit points, 60 shields, 22 kills. Putting in some work here today while barely being alive. Big Wan, droning, getting some anti-air in case more Mutalisks come in. They kind of ruined his worker count about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and he doesn't want that to happen again, I assume. We've got an infested Terran coming in from Red Computer, along with some lurkers, one Mutalisk. Is it a hero Muta? It's got full upgrades, so kind of, I guess. Spawn Broodling. Nice. More Ultras popping up here. Still don't have any upgrades beyond the 2. Oh, Infested Terran kills an Ultralisk. That's never good. You don't want to see that on your Ultras at all. Devourer going to fight against your Queens pretty effectively. Ultras can't do anything about that either, as it turns out. Yeah, Siege Tank up. Siege Tank 0, 0 upgrades here from Cardiox. He's working on it. He's working on more here, folks. Mutalisks against cannons. Once again, these are 1-1 Mutas. Not the 3-3 that's being sent from bottom left for some reason. I'm not sure what the upgrades, why they vary so much. Well, we can figure it out, I think. Yeah, man, the Devourer Muta combo against your Queens is kind of incredible. Guardians are pushing in here, too. Do they have the 1-1 Guardians? The Mass Queen strategy not going to be very good against Kaiserg, as it turns out. Corsairs are trying to come in here and save the day, but they're catching Devourer spots, are getting ensnared, which means their attack speed and their move speed is being reduced. Corsairs are not very good against Devourers in a straight-up battle, cost for cost at all, and there's more Devourers here anyway. Guardians not walking into range. Nice stasis. Danamoth saves the day, locking those Guardians away temporarily, buying time for something to come out that can actually kill Guardians. Queens are still not going to do that, Big Wan. Not sure what you're doing about that, folks. Another attack coming in from Red. Swinging in here to a tank, bunker, science vessel, call down vessel in particular ability here. Battle cruisers and tanks, why not? Broodlings dying all over the place here. Ensnare on the enemy Broodlings. Oh, he's spawned. There you go, spawning in the spawned Broodlings over and over and over again. Not going very well, unfortunately, for our heroes. A lot of Lings are dying to tanks, though, which is, you know, what the tanks are for. Exactly. Regular Archon comes in and dies. Hero Archon? Yeah, hybrid form Archon here. Does a thing where it, like, splits, I think? It's got 1,400 hit points. Does he teleport? I don't know how this guy is doing what he's doing, but... Does he spawn regular Archons? Oh, wait. Did you kill that Stasis Archon? How do you do that? He was Stasis. How did he die? He teleports and spawns regular Archons. Cool. It's not Mastery, or that's certainly not the case. It's going to be regular carriers in addition to the Gantrathor. They've got a +2 attack here. He still only has 6 hit points because those are never recovering. Happy says I'm swapping out into carriers with some Reavers. Big Wan still continues to go basically static defense with Mass Queen. Because, again, his Spawn Broodling ability spawns in Ultralisks. They've got 3-1 upgrades. The enemy Ultras are at 4-1. So upgrade advantage here, but Siege Tanks are firing. Battle Cruisers are hitting here, too. Plague would be amazing from this Defiler or a Dark Swarm or something. Filer dies without... Well, I guess, is that his Dark Swarm? Probably his Dark Swarm. Yes. Holy Scourge and a Mutalisk attack. Batman. Swinging in. Mojo casually has 23 kills. The Ultras have 4 armor here, but Hydra is pretty good in that situation. Guardians, too. Really not bad at all. Scourge in here just kind of hunting anything that flies, but running into spores instead. Hey, they connected on Overlord. Amazing stuff. He is spawning in the Broodlings, trying to take down buildings, trying to fight enemy Zerglings here, too. The Guardians are clearing them out. I mean, they're going to take down a Sunken, which is pretty cool. Broodlings, man. Putting in the work. Their attack speed is not super fast, but it's not too bad. And when they have upgrades, they're out here doing 7 damage per attack, which is, you know, it's not the lowest amount of damage in the history of the game, StarCraft. Broodlings putting in some work here for sure. Meanwhile, anything else happening out here? No, pretty quiet. Battlecruiser count getting big here from a Cardiox. He's got 2 upgrade, +2 attack, no armor upgrade here. Again, nobody's ever been scared of 3 Mutalisks wandering in. With Hydras, though, in decent numbers, that's good, but the Reavers are going to counter those guys pretty darn perfectly. Perfectly indeed. So the defense is, you know, still pretty chill. You're at 23 minutes. Nothing's really made it through. The AI for the AI. The direction here is not very good. Scourge not really looking for stuff to attack. I think they're trying to kill interceptors, but might have got a connection on a Danamoth there. Maybe one. Ah, cloaked ghosts. There you go. Putting it in. Oh, that's nice. Free scarabs, free interceptors is beautiful. Auto casting for free is very cool. Ooh, hybrid form popped in some tanks there for 1 second. They fired and then disappeared. Hybrid form is weird, man. So there's the stasis. I'm not sure what that does to help us exactly, but sure. There's that one tank shot spawn in again. Pretty fun stuff there. Hybrid form finally gonna die. There we go. Ah, Big One actually built some stuff other than queens. That's exciting. Ensnare, ensnare, infested. No, Infested Terran does not explode, but he does die. He's got 2 modes. One is death, one is explode and do tons of damage, just like Scourge that way. Beautiful ensnare. Like, I'm not going to complain about this. Oh, Happy says he's going to try to wipe out bottom right, which you can do. You can stop these waves by killing... Where's the thing? This thing here. This Void Disruptor. If you kill it, then that section... Ah, okay. Well, you can't stop it immediately, but it does lower the time until it stops. running Lings into siege tanks and reavers is going to be a pretty bad time, as it turns out. Nothing happening there at all. Ultralisks now upgraded to 4-2. 5 total armor, thanks to their native. Queens are ready if anything is going to get in their way. Any ground stuff needs to be spawn broodling. They're ready to go. Static defense? No. Archons? No. Reavers? No. You can't spawn broodling those things, but... Okay, they took it down. Time did go down there. 12 minutes now remain. Respawned in units are continuing to spawn in freely, as Happy said they would. Carrier count looks pretty intense. Those queens would be nice here, but more stuff's coming in up this way. From Red, the Zerg ready to rock here. Has to recall the carriers home because he's a little bit worried about this attack that's coming in. Seems like a reasonable attempt. Some of the carriers did not make the recall, although their interceptors did, and they have to fly home quickly. Yeah, the pressure's getting intense here with 6 minutes to go. Can they hold against the what should really be a never-ending line of attacks here? Just chaos is what it is these last couple of minutes. And here comes another hybrid. What, a bunch of wraiths with him that time? I don't know. The powers of the hybrid are complex and unknowable. Big Man's got his own guardians here. There's reavers, there's guardians, there's carriers, there are battle cruisers and tanks from our Cardiox. Upgrades on the tanks aren't great from a Cardiox. You could probably be working on that one. Big ensnare, but it's not enough to actually kill anything, as always. So, yeah, we're just looking at a pretty... Seems to be a fairly easy comp stomp here. It might get a little bit scarier in the next 2 minutes, but somehow I doubt it. Sending the broodlings in to the end of time. I don't know why those wraiths aren't dying, and at this point, I'm too scared to ask. Savior Sword stopped by to say hello. Hello, Savior Sword. 1 minute left. Red's making a concerted push in here, but that's a lot of carriers and a lot of reavers. And there is a hero over here doing stuff. He appears to be dead now, spawning in 8,000 wraiths, called a Purifier Beam. Oh. All right, Savior Sword. Sounds good. And that's it. We win! Woo! I don't know. I don't know what it is about that I'm just not a huge fan of. I don't get, like, hardly any interaction from chat when we're doing that either. I don't think people are a huge fan of that one, but I think it's probably more fun to play than to watch would be my guess. Anyway, good job! Way to get a GG there. So we got Hamster, Big Wan, Happy in here. You're right, Happy. And now we got a win on that map for the first time ever. Huzzah. Will go Bacon. Hamster said he's not going to take it seriously. I'm okay with that. Happy says he'll do the biggest of cheese. So let's do it. Let's go steal the bacon here. Hamster's ready to do something weird. All right, let's go. Hamster gonna kill us. Okay, here goes nothing. 4-player free-for-all. Steal the bacon, which is just a steal the flag under a different name. Top left, it's Happy. He's playing Terran. Top right, another Terran player, a Cardiox. Bottom right, another Terran, Big Wan. Bottom left, a Zerg, is Hamster. So Happy said he's going to cheese. Hamster said he's not going to take this seriously. So we'll see what we get here. 6 minutes until the flag spawns in the middle. Steamed bacon. You know, I'd probably still eat steamed bacon. Where is Happy's cheese? I demand it. I demand cheese from Happy. Maybe it's cloaked nuke rush. That would be cool. Big Wan casually goes for a command center first play. Looks like Hamster's going hatch first, but over here. I'm not sure anybody was stopping him from putting a hatch there, but whatever. Rack's falling off against early Lings here from Happy. He's worried about Hamster doing some crazy stuff. Cardiox has a barracks up already. Feeling happy about that one. Ooh. Gonna be 2 expansions, B4 pool, and maybe... Okay, there's the pool. I was gonna say, he could go for a 4 hatch before pool opening. Can you transport workers in a dropship? Asking for a friend. Yes. Yes, you can. Hamster, yes. 4th hatch down in 3:42. Big fan of all the bases being taken by Hamster here. And all of them have gas, too. So he has access to 4 geysers. Not that he's taken any geysers yet, but he sure has the money for it. I mean, well, sort of has the money for some of it. Anyway, 1 minute left until the timer is up. I think a Cardiox is the person that may be in the best position to get a capture here. Big One as well is playing pretty normally at the same time, but that's a lot of Marines from Happy. Maybe don't count him out of this one. Maybe don't count him out, I would say. What's up, Shield Battery? Happy Friday, sir. Hope it was a good week for you. Hope you're winding down for a fun weekend. Should be excellent. Living the dream. That's the spirit of it. Okay, 1 second. Flags in the middle. Happy didn't time it perfectly, but close enough. Unless a Cardiox gets in there. No! Oh, sniped on the way out. Happy's got 100 Marines off of 1 base and 2 racks. 2 racks, you can make a lot of Marines, it turns out. Gonna bunker this thing up too. Gonna go for the early captures. Hamster setting up for later game captures. He's all sunken up against some kind of a Marine push out from Happy, at least at that base up the left side, which is technically a 2nd base, but we're gonna call it the 3rd for easier purposes now. Big Wan getting a 3rd command center here at the minerals only location. Capture 1 is complete. Happy in the lead. Second command center, boop, or second bunker gets temporarily paused. Happy is sharing vision. It is very nice of him to do, without a doubt. Yes, it is circuit breakers. It's not new. We've done Steal the Bacons here before, but it's one of the maps. Yes. Okay, 2 captures, 3rd capture, returning home now. Someone's got to stop him. It's one of the other Terrans, maybe. I don't think Hamster has any ability to stop anyone from doing anything right now. He's getting a lair. He's got gas in his main. He's got a gas geyser at his 3rd base. His drone count is probably pretty hefty at this stage of the game. And Happy. Cheesing. He said he was going to cheese it. He is definitely cheesing it. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Bam! Capture. Happy. Done. He's ready with another SCV for another capture. Getting a turret up. Here comes the Cardiox. He's got sieged tank. He's got a weird Wraith Vulture Marine SCV army. I'm not sure if he can do this, actually. If the tank can fire on the bunker, I think it could work out. But 7 captures is all you need to win. And Happy's 5th capture is now. He just needs 2 more. And look, that's going to be 6. 6 is happening. Ooh, look at this. Here comes Big Wan. Big Wan going to shut this thing down too. So that's, I mean, it's one more. All Happy needs is 1 more capture. Well, I mean, it helps that Hamster went like 5 hatch before anything. That was a problem. And I don't know, Big One and the Cardiox could have been here sooner. They simply just were not. Okay, Big Wan's tanks do control center here, but does Happy have an ultimate plan of how to get his 7th capture and win this thing in sub 10 minutes? And considering the flag doesn't even spawn for 6 or 7 minutes into the game, this has been very, very fast. What's up, 4 Prime? Yeah, you gonna play with us today, or what you got going on? Kind of curious that, there you go, Big One's finally bringing an SCV up to maybe pick up the flag. But a Cardiox has tanks here. Big One has tanks here, so no one can easily get a worker in there because once they do, it'll die to siege tank fire. So here we go. He's going to try to do this with the Marines, but he's got to kill... Yeah, look at this. Dead. Siege tanks. Ah, you are so silly. You're silly, the siege tanks. D-Matrix. Here we go. He's going to drop a D-Matrixed SCV on this and try to pick it up immediately. Here's the attempt by Happy. There's the unload. There's the pickup. Did it die? I don't know, but the Wraith sniped. No. He runs. He runs. The D-Matrix is keeping the SCV alive for a second against these Wraiths. Ensnared and sniped. Cloaked Wraith of a Cardiox are shutting this down for now. Go, ensnared SCV. Dead. It moved an inch is what it did. It's sitting here, 1 minute and 55 seconds left on the clock. Can he close this out? It's the get gooed on strategy from Hamster. Are we surprised by this? We really shouldn't be. And, uh-oh, big win. Oh, the ensnared Wraiths can't chase him. Can't chase him fast enough because they're ensnared. All right, big win. Tons of tanks, no anti-air at all on this position. These Wraiths could kill every one of these tanks, but I'm not sure that Cardiox knows that's happening. Happy has a second base. He's getting turrets up because the Wraiths are a concern, obviously. Goliath, there's the anti-air against the Wraiths. Okay, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about here. Alright, so Big Wen has a bit of a stranglehold here on the center of the map. However, he only has one capture, and Happy has 6. So, yes. Easy cap for our guy Big Wan. Gonna get his second capture down to the bottom right there. Mass Queen could really ruin Big Wan's day if he's got Spawn Broodling, and I imagine that he does. I don't think Happy's out of it. Again, he just needs to get one. He doesn't have recall captures like Protoss has available. There was a window where there wasn't any anti-air here, but that window is gone. The Goliaths are causing problems, without a doubt. I think these queens from Hamster are just preventing Happy from getting a capture. He's got some Scourge, too, in case a dropship shows up. Yeah, I don't know. Hamster, I think, has made it his entire life's goal so that Happy doesn't win right now. Sometimes Hamster's goals are just involving extending the game as long as he can, which is an interesting goal. But he's done it in the King of the Hill plenty of times before. Spawn Broodling on the SCV with the flag. Nicely done, Hamster. 3 captures, all you're going to get for now. Big Wan. Another SCV coming in. This is not a fun job right now, is to be the SCV picking up the flag. Not that it's usually very fun. Where are you going? It's here. It's down here, Big Wan. Big Wan, there it is. No. No. There you go. 1 Valkyrie, and all the queens are like, oh, we're actually kind of hard countered by 1 Valkyrie. There are some Scourge on the map. I don't know where they are, mind you. Get gooed on! That's right. Get gooed on. I'm just pointing out, it seems like Big Man doesn't know where the flag is. Maybe he doesn't know where his SCV died. It pings it on the map, though, doesn't it? Well, there's 48 seconds left. Oh, he brings the SCV back. Look at this. 1 kill on that Valkyrie. Woo! Picked it up. Running, running. Sniped by a Cardiox's Wraith. 26 seconds left. There's enough time for an SCV to grab that, pick it up, and bring it back to the beacon, but the time is not very long. Ooh, Wraith's going after queens. Ensnaring an SCV. The bullying. Flag. I think the flag just went back to the middle. It did. Flag went back to the middle. Either the time ran out or it popped to a position where it couldn't easily be put back on the ground, and so it just reset, is what happened. All right, flag's in the middle. Big Wan is still controlling the middle pretty heavily with his, 135 supply mech army. It's a maxed out Queen Scourge army for Hamster, though, because Hamster's having a good time. Yes, picking it up is good against the queens. It's not as good against the against the wraiths of a Cardiox, though. And Big Wan gonna get the 4th cap. There it is. All right, 4 caps. Is he just gooing these Marines forever and ever? Kind of seems like it. The Wraiths of Acardiox are cool until Goliaths show up. More spawn broodling on Goliaths, the natural enemy of the Queen. Ow, that's one trade, one Goliath for one Queen. Not a good trade if you're a Zerg player. Coming down to get his 5th capture. Big Wan, traditional mech. Might get the win here again. Big attempt to break Big Wan's control of the center by Acardiox. Wraith's doing pretty well here. Obviously, spider mining the tanks by Big Wan is pretty rad, though. I like that move from him. So 5 caps from Big Wan, 6 for Happy. Flag in the middle. Happy just needs 1 drop, man. Somehow, some way, a nuke maybe to clear the center would be cool. He doesn't have a nuke silo. He doesn't have a covert ops anyway. It's an idle dream of Falcons at this point. Did he pick it up? I think that is. So that's going to be 6 for Big Wan. 6 for Big Wan. Definitely StarCraft 2. StarCraft 1 ladder is a hellscape of suffering and pain for everybody on it. Because everybody there is way too good. There is no medium level skill or low level skill on the ladder. You're going to get wrecked by Smurfs the whole time no matter what. At least in StarCraft 2, there are Smurfs, but much fewer of them. Hamster is trying to help Acardiox get a capture, but doesn't appear like it's going to happen. Pick up, run, sniped! Okay, sniped it. SCV running while ensnared. Buddy, go. Buddy, go. Run. Okay, sniped. SCV died. I mean, an ensnared SCV is a sitting duck target anyway. Bunch of links running out here from Hamster. They have upgrades, 2-2. Probably they have the crackling upgrade. Big Wan. Picks it up. Continues to run. And Queen spawn broodling is the only way to stop this, but only temporarily anyway. The Queens are getting wrecked by missile turrets. And Big Wan casually gets 7 captures in a row. After Happy gets 6 captures in about 4 minutes, Big Wan's like, but also tanks are good, and completely takes the center for the rest of the game. Gets 7 straight caps. Acardiox can't stop him. Hamster's Queens can't stop him. And that's a GG for Big Wan. Taking it seriously. Taking it seriously. Look how many units he killed today. 269, which is like 3 times as many as anybody else in the entire game. Amazing. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Classic Hamster. That is true. That is the truth. Big Wan won, MH. He got 7 straight caps. It was amazing. All right. Let's go. What do we got? 4 primes here. What do we got? 4 prime, Happy, Hamster, Acardiox, Big Wan. Is that 5 people? 5 is a weird number for this. Sure. We can go 4v4 versus the AI on Reaction. Reaction Custom 3v4. Is it 4v4 or 3v4? Reaction Custom AI 3.5. Sounds good. 3.5 version it is. Happy's in. 4 prime is in. can stream snipe the AI if you wish. You are allowed. Boom, 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 boom. Cardiox and Nice off hop in. Cool. Big Wan leaves the spot. Big Wan. Big Wan goes back. So we got one Zerg. That's me. Protoss. That's going to be Detroit. We'll do green Zerg and a pink Terran. Where's green Savior Sword? It's Detroit. Let's go. Okay, so the heroes against the 4 evil clankers on reaction today are going to be Nice off playing Terran. We've got Zerg up the top side. Big Wan, top right. A red Terran is 4 Prime. A Cardiox on the right side rounds it out, being a magenta Terran player. The enemies are a pink Terran. We've got a green Zerg, an orange Protoss, and a yellow Zerg player. Apparently this is not the hard version, says Happy. Good to know, good to know. So the way to make the AI viable here from Happy is you just give them a bunch of money to start out with and a ton of available supply. They don't have to worry about making supply or harvesting money before they build things, and they will build things. Hooray! Turns out. So it's just a way to overcome their really rudimentary and frankly buggy programming. And I love that Orange Protoss goes for 3 pylons anyway, despite having 193 supply available. Once again, just dumb. Zerg player making overlords anyway. Macro hatch, Ling, looks like some early Ling pressure. No speed though, no gas from the Zerg at all. And also you have a natural inside your base, which is a nice part of this version of a reaction. You can get a second gas inside your main, and all you have to defend is this one ramp, which is kind of rad. 4 Prime says, I'm gonna go mech. Yeah. Be wary of early rush. They are gonna come hit you. So be walled off or have something. Have a cannon before you start teching, or a bunker with a marine. Oh man, is he dead? He's dead. Come on, Big Wan. No, they're not attacking. They're waiting for the whole group before they go. And they go. And Big Wan went for a hatch first. Pool first is going to kill him. Fight with the drones. Stack them up. Stack them up and fight them. That pool's got to finish. It's not finishing yet. They decide to stop trying to kill the drones. They're going after this hatchery instead, which is going to buy him some time, actually. which is great. Sacking the hatch is totally fine. Okay, Sunken go. Sunken is up. Oh, we aggroed them onto his drones. Loses a drone in the process. Okay, Sunken up. And now the drones fight with the Sunken. Try not to lose too many drones here. But he does. He loses a couple drones. He's down to 6. But he lives. Marines show up too late to really participate in the party, unfortunately. And Big Wan lives, although it was scary. Vulture attack on 4 primes. There's nothing in the bunker. Marine not in the bunker. Vultures snipe the Marine not inside the bunker. SCVs are fighting against the Vulture. Not a great fight, but surprisingly goes fairly well. We have 2 bases, says a Cardiox. Huh. Inside our main. You sure do. Citizens arrest on the Vultures does the job. Now there are guys in the bunker. It's been some early scary stuff here for our humans, but we're alive. Ling's running out here from the green Zerg player. Where are they going to go? They're going to go for Nice Off. They're going to go for Big Wan. Looks like they're heading for Big Wan again. Man, one Sunken is not going to buy the time here. This Sunken, if it was in range of the other Sunken, it might be able to, I mean, that might work out, but it's only one Sunken in this position. God, they really want Big Wan to die here. They understand how terrifying he is if he gets up and big, as most good Zerg players are. Bam. 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 Nice off. Trying to bring Marines up and assist, but that Sunken is deader than dead. And they're going after the spawning pool now. Ugh. Trying to bait them in a range up. There you go. Bait them onto the Sunkens. There's 2 Sunkens here now. 2 Sunkens infinitely better. 3 Sunkens infinitely better than the one there. Excellent. Toyka, what's up, man? Hello, everybody. How are things in Finland today? Golly, and then Yellow's back, going to town. Just sacking Lings like crazy here. Happy says it's hard to make Protoss do smart stuff somehow. Dark and dank in Finland. Oh, middle of the night. Reasonable. These Sunkens are putting in work. A Vulture shows up from Pink Computer to try to go to town on Big Wan here. Big Wan's just getting bullied insanely hard. Hybrid Master just lost his Vultures to enemy Vultures. Hydra's coming into... Oh my gosh. Big Wan trying to stay alive. Sunken's getting some really good hits off here. That one's gonna die. This one's gonna die. So much pressure here. Okay, 2 Sunkens though. Wabam, 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 wabam. Okay, this is good. This is good. The AI really does hate Big Wan a lot. 4 prime. There you go. Should be fine here against these. A Vulture's bunker going to make a big deal of that as well. And Big Wan lives. The Protoss wants to kill Big Wan again? Oh, no tanks. No tanks. Getting a factory, but it's going to be a while. Oh my gosh. I think all 4 callers have tried to kill Big Wan today. That's insane. They all want him dead so much. Uh-oh. No tanks back here against these Hydralisks either for Cardiox. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Big Wan might be dead. Nice off might be dead. 4 primes trying to, like, counter into a fairly empty base down here, actually. Wow. All right. I mean, free SCV kills are free. Big Wan is dead. Is he evacuated anywhere, or He's getting absolutely bullied. Yes, MH. Happy basically made the AI much improved by giving them a ton of money to start with and supply, and then they just kind of are good at that point. Probably too good, to be entirely fair. Yeah, but if Nice Off and Big Wen are dead, I'm not sure 4 Prime and a Cardiox are going to win this thing by themselves. This is just insane. Yeah, Hydra Lurker's already out here at 8 minutes for Greens. They're here to defend the teammate. Defense behavior. Four Primes getting overwhelmed. Mutas are here. Dragoons are here. The Dragoons are going to be dealt with, but he doesn't have the answer to the Mutalisks, unfortunately. Big Wan taps out. I think 4 Prime's dead too. And that's it. The AI gets the win. Too strong. Scary strong. Remember when a Cardiox asked at the start of the game, he's like, hey, is this the hard AI? And Happy was like, no. And now a Cardiox is like, boy, I sure don't want to see what the hard AI looks like. Good grief. That was insane. Yeah, Big Wan getting wrecked. The AI knew that Big Wan was scary. They knew that Big Wan was going to be a problem. Without a doubt. Alright, let's go Falcon Mall for the free-for-all today. A map made by our guy, Goat. And if we don't have enough people to fill all the spots, we'll add some computer players in here too. That is totally fine. Catch you later, MH. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see ya. Okay, we're going to step away for a second, see who wants to hop in. Anyone can join. Free to join if you're a subscriber on YouTube or a follower on Twitch. All right, I'm... Okay, I'm back. Huh. I am, honestly. Came back. I guess nobody wants to play today. That's weird. Not usually how that works. Rengar's not home. Hamster doesn't want to play. Happy can't play. All right, we'll see who dies to a computer. Let's go. Sounds good, Toy Cop. All right, we got a free-for-all here on Falcon Mall, which rhymes quite nicely. Top left, we're going to have a purple Zerg player. It is a computer player. We don't know who it is. We've got a Terran here as well. It's a blue Terran who's a computer player, a dark blue Protoss who is, in fact, another computer player. Right here is a teal Terran, computer player. Right side, 4 Prime, is playing red Zerg. There we go. A yellow Terran, a Cardiox. He's a human. A computer player here looking like Detroit, orange Protoss. And in the bottom right, it is Niceoff, playing Terran, and a tan one at that. It'd be incredibly funny if a computer won this. I'm just saying. It'd be hilarious if a bare bones, basic 1998 scripted computer CPU won this thing. I would laugh. It would be great. It's possible. It's entirely possible that could happen here. Depending on where the computer decides to attack, how ready the humans are for specific timings. All 3 humans, if the humans attack each other, right? That could make this crazy too. 4 Prime is going to go pool first here. Probably a smart thing to do. Computer's got a macro hatch inside the main, which is interesting. Dark blue Protoss over here is going for 2 gate. Yeah, I mean, Protoss's build for the script for 1998 is make 2 gates, make a bunch of zealots, show up with them in an enemy base, and kill them. It's hard to handle if you're not ready for it. Niceoff, walling off. I mean, a wall is pretty good in this situation against the zealot play. Overlord's not scouting, because guess what? The computer has map hacks. They know where everybody is on the map in an effort to make them not suck. Cardiox is bunkering up, but I think he doesn't know he can be attacked by this direction too. It's a tough place to spawn, honestly. This is maybe one of the worst places to spawn on the map. Not that anywhere else is great. I mean, this is not bad just because there's only one direction people can attack you from. But everything else is 2 effectively. And your second base is kind of in a weird place too. If you happen to be a top right or a top left or a bottom right spawn. Hybrid's like, where do I defend on this map? It's like, everywhere, sorry. The attacks could come from any direction. Shield battery up for the computer. I love a good shield battery. Computers give us shield batteries more than any human does. Let's be real about this. And they use them too, which is great. So Zealot production is beginning from the AI computer players. Once they have, oh, I don't know, 11 or so, they'll start moving out and try to kill somebody with them. Mini and Snow make batteries all the time. All right. There are also island bases. What? Says 4 Prime. Okay, so we're just waiting for the countdown for the big Zealot push out here. Cardiox is scouting out, trying to see what's going on. Zealots on the move out here for Dark Blue. They're thinking about it. They're outside of their own main. Zealot count getting a little bit hefty. The time is coming soon. Firebats. Ooh, Firebat Marine attack moving out. Could be interesting. Moving out on a Cardiox. I think he scouted it with his SCV. Good job. Good job. Are just the Firebats going to attack? No. They're leaving. Zealots. Oh no. 4 Prime getting hit by the Zealots. Here comes Dark Blue. Is he going for 4 Prime as well? That'd be he's going for 4 Prime. But maybe the Zealots will attack the other Zealots. They are. This might actually kind of help. That is a weird attack path. Computers are fun, man. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their mentality is, but sure, I get 4 Prime's like, what is going on? I think 4 Prime dies if those Zealots come up here. These are very injured Sunkens. There's a like, oh, Hydralisk. But they're going to take their time killing this larva instead. I guess it doesn't take that long to kill larva if you're a Zealot. Okay, here we go. 4 Prime. What's up, Albran? Good evening. 4 Prime, no. No. Oh, man, this has been brutal for humans today. Holy crap. Yeah, he's evacuating. He's running for his life right now. A bit of a push out here from a Cardiox down south. He's going somewhere. Orange did go on to 4 Prime, but nowhere else. AIs are tag teaming. Rude. It is rude. Darn clankers. Okay, big push on Teal. Teal's in a lot of trouble here. He's got like 2 Marines and a medic. Maybe 2 medics. Okay, and he's running into our Cardiox. Not very smart. Did I learn a new word today, says Swanton Joe? Nope, I don't think so. Did anybody else learn a new word today? Okay, so he's... Oh, the hatch is being left alone, but my gosh, you can't hide from the computer. Remember what I said about map hacks earlier? I remember what I said about map hacks earlier, and it was they have map hacks. Yeah, Teal's gonna die. Nicely done, a Cardiox. Looks like a little bit of tank bullying here by Niceoff on orange. I approve of that. This is good by Niceoff. Uh-oh, Zealots are coming for your tank, though, man. The one tank. Oh, no, the Zealots are scary here. Tank dies. Bunker's in a lot of trouble here, too. Marine's not very good against Zealots either. Bunker. Repairing the bunker. Repairing the bunker is not enough, but maybe it is if the Zealots die. Oh my gosh. No, Niceoff. No. Oh no. Ooh. Okay, look at that. 4 Prime drags Dark Blue into Orange's base. Okay, gets a little of AI versus AI engagement here. This is kind of fun. Yeah, Orange is in a lot of trouble. Teal's basically dead. Dark Blue's casually on 2 bases. Getting a Citadel of a Dune here. Probably speed, probably upgrades, probably Dragoons coming in here as well. And Niceoff lives. Niceoff survives. That bunker was huge. Terran AI is super bad. It sure is. It's a 4-kill Vulture here. He just keeps... This is his last Marine. No, he's got 2 Marines. That's it. Computer's done. 16 minerals in the bank. That's all he can do. That is not happening. 4 Prime trying to cockroach, trying to stay alive here as much as he can. Orange might have stabilized a little bit here. We're back to tank pushing Orange from the south here by Niceoff at the same time. Teal cannot rebuild. The first person to die here is definitely Teal. Got a prediction up. Who do you think's going to win this thing? Niceoff or Prime? A Cardiox or one of the computer players. That could be interesting. I'm kind of rooting for a computer player to win this. I think it'd be hilarious and very weird. And not something I would really expect, but it's possible. It is possible on a map like this, especially where there's weird attack paths and the computer can see everything. It gives them an advantage on a map like this they don't have on other maps, I think. 4 Prime alive, but only until like a Zealot shows up. But again, you can abuse the AI by dragging a drone away from your base and having the Zealots chase them. So let's see if he does it or not. Drones are going to fight against these. He's not doing it, actually. That's not great. 4 Prime is in an immense amount of trouble here. What's going on here? Blue Computer's getting a second base. Got tanks and fire bats and marines and no medics at all, which is kind of fun. Orange continuing to get bullied by Niceoff. Niceoff could put himself in a pretty fantastic position here by taking this bottom right-hand corner all for himself and just getting rid of Orange. Cardiox is looking big. Got a base there, base here, base here. Orange trying to expand out this way, which is kind of fun. Sending slow zealots individually into tanks doesn't really work super well. Blue comes in to finish off Teal once and for all. Teal does not have any other bases, didn't have enough money to make anything anyway. So out of it, and actually kind of poking in here on a Cardiox a little bit. 64 to 86 supply overall, but I think a lot of that might be SCVs for a Cardiox. So, can he handle this? Oh, I got rid of his color somehow. Undefended bases, undefended. Run, SCVs! Get it out of there, a Cardiox! Okay, tank siege is up, but there's more tanks here for blue. Laying spider mines to try to save the day here. Base in a lot of trouble. I think he's pretty happy just to kill this command center. The Cardiox not happy to lose that command center, I can tell you that much. How's 4 Prime doing? Alive! He actually is getting an extractor. Hooray! He's taking a base over here. Actually, this never died, did it? That base never actually died. Bring your tanks to the tank party, Blue. Okay, Blue decides not to bring his tanks to the tank party. But it is going to be hard to dislodge these high ground siege tanks with the Cardiox's low ground tanks. As it turns out. Ow, ow. Okay, ouch. Losing a tank, not good in tank battles. Okay, losing more stuff in the tank battle, also not good. Blue's making a push on purple. Oh, purple and blue are fighting. Okay. It's a lot of Hydralisks, actually, from purple. Not bad. We haven't talked about purple that much today, have we? Not so much. Siege tank. Not when there are that many Hydras. No, this base might actually be entirely dead. Uh-oh. Orange continues to send just donating zealots into Niceoff over and over and over again. That's what those tank sounds are. Not great. High ground siege tanks still causing problems for a Cardiox. Abusing the AI 4 Prime very well. Ah, somebody buying merch out of falconpaladin.store. Bought a hoodie, bought a shirt. Let's go. It pings the Discord server when people buy merch now, which is pretty neat. Check it out, falconpaladin.store. We got hoodies, we got shirts, we got a lot of other stuff out there. Mugs, if you're interested as well. Hats, beanies, very cool stuff. Hydra sunken against Dragoon is not a bad answer. Yeah, Toy Cop says Falcon Paladin hoodies are high quality and great. There you go. Good wraiths by a Cardiox, dealing with those tanks very, very nicely. So I think orange is dead. I think the purple and blue attacks are really good for the humans. Like, this ongoing engagement, just bling dropping into blue's main is hilarious. Oh, purple, you're funny. You're very funny, purple. I think dark blue's probably a bit of a threat here, although I don't know what they have at this stage of the game right now. They've got bases and stuff, but I'm not sure what kind of army they're dealing with. Toy Cop says it's warm and comfy. Well, there you go. Ah, 4 Prime. He's on the offensive for the first time today, I think. He's out here. He's wrecking. He's going after Dark Blue, which, again, I think has a lot of the map, but doesn't actually have an army somehow. Like, there are so many mining bases for Dark Blue right now, but has no actual army whatsoever. Expanding again is an interesting idea. But purple and blue just punching each other in the face over and over here. And purple should just be dead. Okay, but these guys could attack this. Instead of trying to come up this ramp and kill everything, it would help a lot if you killed that base, purple. Oh, man. Still not looking good for blue, though. 23 supply versus 62 supply for the Zerg. Firebat, dancing. Bunker has so many kills. This bunker's killed a lot today. He just spawned Broodlinged an SCV. Purple. Purple deserves to win. Holy cow. That is funny. Swanton Joe wants Dark Blue to win this thing. I don't know how. They don't have anything, and 4 Prime is killing them right now. Might not be the one to pick, honestly. Look at these queens are coming in to spawn Broodling SCVs and then die. It's not exactly the best use of spawn Broodling I've ever seen, but it's very funny nevertheless. Holy cow. I mean, as long as you have queens, yeah, infest that command center. Let's go. Blue's got slow zealots. Blue never teched up to speed lots. Not that one speed lot would have made a difference there, but still. Kind of got stuck. Sometimes that happens to the AI, though. They have a really nice opening push, and then they just kind of forget how to play after that. Even if they just kept doing the same thing over and over and over again, it would be better than just kind of forgetting how to play StarCraft entirely. More spawn broodlings just for the heck of it. Cardiox and Niceoff are fighting. Oh. Well, that gets interesting then. If they're going to do TBT stalemate here, that gives time for blue to grow a little bit, maybe orange to not die, and for 4 Prime to get big. This is not actually going to help either of these players in the long run. Yeah, this TBT is not ending anytime soon. Not at all. Blue's finally dead. Although, has some money happening over here. Not really doing much with it other than making a Marine at a time. And, like, maybe a Vulture? A tank could be interesting here, I guess. I love just sacrificing a Mutalisk to this turret. Just sacking it. Just, you know, nothing else to do with this. Oh, he doesn't actually sack it. He keeps it alive. Impressive display. Building a lurker in your enemy's main base is such a flex. Got that Marine popping out and immediately taking down. Immediately taking down a Hydralisk. Fan-freaking-tastic. Marines are surprisingly good against tanks if there aren't that many of them. Again, critical mass of tanks, non-approachable. Not a critical mass of tanks is approachable. Also a flex, Toy Cop. I'd say that's also a flex. Like I said, TVT at this level, stalemate forever. Oh, build a scout, build a scout, build a scout. We already had a scout. We had a Mojo Scout earlier built by Happy. He did build a scout. Purple's getting absolutely murdered by Mass Hydra, and he's like, Scout! I mean, I guess it's better than the other options from the Stargate right now, which would be Corsair. But still. I love the Wraith versus Wraith battles over these tanks. So I guess not a flex then, Toy Cop. Fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. Is he trying to fire bat drop on tanks? Okay, that's funny out of Nice Off. I like it. I like the attempts. 4 Prime's getting bigger all the time. Purple's kind of big. Again, Purple has a lot of stuffs. A lot of real estate. A lot of static defense. So much static defense, but really not much of an army. Purple's got to make a move on somebody eventually here. TVT, stressful garbage. Yeah, again, if there's enough tanks, your Marines don't quite close the distance fast enough, and they just straight up die. 4 Prime. Going mass Hydra today. Usually works pretty well against the AI, no matter what they're doing. You've got to bring some detection with you, because there are some lurkers back here for Purple. It's not just going to be a complete Raffle Stomp. Some mutas exist here, too. Just random mutalisks at every hatchery that Purple owns. Not really grouping them up at all. Got to Devour, because why not? Dark Blue's still alive. Not doing much other than mining a little bit. Starting to float cash here. Just completely broken, unfortunately. And here we go. He does bring a detection with him. So, yeah. I mean, if you just casually have 1-1 Hydras at this number, Lurkers are going to die. Mutas are going to die. Devourers are going to die. This is Purple trying to defend the homeland, but doesn't really have the tech to do it. Some Lings would be nice. Just popped out a Queen. These mutas are dying way too quickly. Lings in bigger numbers, not one at a time. Yeah, this is all the classic sins. Classic sins here of our 1998 AI. Alright, so Purple is just going to keep throwing individual units at 4 Prime forever. Cardiox pushing on Nice Off pretty hard here. It is a 154 to 63 supply difference in favor of a Cardiox. Probably going to be in a Cardiox 4 Prime finale here. Hey, what's up, MQ? It is free-for-all with 5 computers in here. Hey, Lurker, doing some work for the computer against 4 Prime. Gotta get out of there until an Overlord shows up. Base save. Look at the Scourge count this guy has. What's he gonna do with all these Hydralisks? Oh, the Overlord moved. Another cardinal sin of the AI is they will reposition their Lurkers even if they're already in a good spot, and let them get sniped by things that don't have detection. That happens all the time. We do miss ya, MQ. Wish you could been in this game. I think you would have had a lot of fun. Yeah, I think Niceoff is done too. He's got some island bases. He's cockroaching too. Floating buildings out into the void of space is a fine way to stay alive while you're at it. Yes, a Cardiox is playing, and a Cardiox is probably a favorite to win here. He's got the most supply in the game by a long shot. By a wide margin. Joycott put some Falcon chips on a Cardiox. 4 Prime is probably the favorite here, but a Cardiox has a lot. And tanks against Mass Hydra. Gonna be a problem for the Hydras. They've got upgrades and everything, but 4 Prime needs something else besides Mass Hydra to win this thing. He has a Hive, so he's got some tech to change that up. He's got a Spire on the way here too, so he's not just trying to go Mass Hydra forever, which is not a good strategy at all, as it turns out. So, 4 Prime expanding. Remember, 4 Prime got bullied by the computer early. Staying alive. And player 6 is out. Is that orange? That's orange. Orange is officially out. Took him a while to get there, but still alive. Dark blue's still alive here too, but not producing anything and sitting on a 7,000 mineral bank. So blue with a gateway could do a lot of work here, but just simply doesn't have one and is refusing to build one and is completely dead. Cardiox pushing on the blue that doesn't have an army, unfortunately. Scourge moving out of range of things they can't attack and then back into range of things they can attack. Another cardinal sin for the computer in StarCraft. They're just so dumb. 4 Prime basically playing campaign at this stage. Pretty good at playing campaign, it turns out. Who needs detection against lurkers? Not us. Not us. And the death of Purple Computer is here. Slowly just murked by 2/2 Hydras from 4 Prime. Has no answer to Mass Hydra. Never has, never will. Even though there are many answers to Mass Hydra that Zerg has, just incapable of doing that is our guy, Purple. So, here comes a Cardiox. Might actually poke this bear a little bit. 4 Prime up to 145 supply. He was down under 100 a second ago, but he's done a good job macroing now. He's got Mutos. He's got Defilers. There we go. There's the siege up. Got to get a little vision over this wall. That's right. They're getting revenge, Happy. That's exactly correct. Radiate on Mutalisk. Trying to split out these Mutas. Oh, gosh, except for these guys. Ow. Ow. Ah, splitting is so hard. Okay. That. All right. Fine. Ouch. Ouch. Very difficult. Mass Hydra's coming back home. Cardiox maybe needs a bigger setup than this. He's bringing some battle cruisers to the fight. I kind of like that. There are some Scourge here, but not enough to kill a battle cruiser quite yet. It is a fairly big number, and 2 is not enough. Catching the siege tanks unsieged would really be a huge get here for 4 Prime. He's got to just siege up, man. Just do it. There's the siege up. Here the Zerg comes, jumping on everything here. Irradiates would be nice. Science Vessels not quite doing it. Unfortunately, the ground army is dead. The Mutalisks are doing fantastic. Finally, an Irradiate goes off on the Mutos, causing a lot of problems here, but eventually that does go down. The battle cruiser is fighting pretty well with +3 attack against these Mutas. And 4 Prime taps out! 4 Prime taps out. His attack did not work against the Cardiox. The tanks wrecked all of his Hydras. The Mutas were not enough. There weren't enough Scourge. The spellcasting was good enough for a Cardiox, and he is in a fine position to win this. Just got to finish off Nice Off. Just got to finish off. Who's else? Purple. Purple, who isn't doing anything, should not be a problem. Nicely done, a Cardiox. Not enough upgrades or units, says 4 Prime. Probably true. I mean, it's a huge map, and Terran is pretty slow. I think you probably could have come back there, but I also can't necessarily blame you for tapping out right there either. What the? Purple counterattacking into 4 Prime, getting revenge for all of his bases dying. What are these Lings doing? Is Purple still alive? Is Purple going to do things? That could be interesting. Not the Defilers are very good against siege tanks, it turns out. Shield battery. Dude, Blue's getting some hits off. Alright, a Cardiac says back to taking down Nice Off. Let's go. Uh-oh, Nice Off has Mass Wraith. Uh-oh, it kind of counters what a Cardiox is doing here, actually. Dude. It's good against tanks, it's good against battle cruisers, it's good against science vessels. A Cardiox is in trouble, man. He's got a couple Goliaths. That's going to help a lot against these Wraiths, which do not have great upgrades, but they do have 0/0. Actually, ooh, sniping enemy starports is a pretty solid move here. Can't make Wraiths. Goliaths, they'll fight. Yeah, going after factories instead of starports or maybe might have been the better idea because these Wraiths are getting wrecked. 70 supply to 175. Turrets protecting this base at least a little bit. Casual 1-kill Wraith, casual 1-kill Wraith. SCV is pulling out of there and dragging into the turret. Nicely done there by Cardiox. Excellent, excellent job. Overlords on patrol here from Purple. Is Purple getting enough money to build a hatch somewhere? Has enough money to build a hatch somewhere. Has a hatch somewhere. but not going to make any drones to mine from it, it would seem. Goats! I know, right? Cardiox, I think, is going to win this thing. Go, Cardiox. Let's do this. Battle cruisers of a Cardiox with 3-2 upgrades. There are no wraiths anymore. The battle cruisers are basically unopposed. Oh, couple tanks left down here, though. Yamato? No Yamato, no Yamato, no Yamato. Cloaked wraiths jumping in again. Oh no, battle cruisers are doing so well. I mean, the upgrade difference is massive here. It does take a lot of hits from a 0 attack wraith to kill a 2 armor battle cruiser with 5 total armor, but you'll get there eventually. There's the scan out, but hey, it's all good. So mining up here is nice off. He's got income. He's got 69 total supply. He needs more production capabilities. I think a couple more starports would be nice. We've got a couple more starports, I guess. He's just not using this one right now. Hotkeying them would help immensely. So, Cardiox. 8,000 minerals, 4,000 gas, 180 supply here. He's got upgrades at 0-0 on his... Nope, those are nice soft tanks. He's got upgrades at 2-3 on his tanks. 2-3 on his air. Further upgrades coming in would help. Although, again, he's fighting against somebody with 0-0. So, they were not expecting the 4 Prime to resurrect. No, definitely not. Honestly, mass battle cruiser with a couple Valkyries for support would probably win this thing for a Cardiox. Yeah, Carbot stream could do. I think most of my Broodor fans are not a fan of Carbot, but there is that group out there that does enjoy it for sure. Nice off. GG's. And Cardiox. That's it. Done. We're not going to make him hunt down purple. He's got it. Nicely done. A Cardiox getting the victory today. That's where the money was. That's what the Falcon chips were. And that is what we ended up getting. So nicely done to Cardiox. 85 APM today to 218 for 4 Prime and nice off. 4 Prime did get hit early by 2 separate Protoss Zealot attacks. That was tough to deal with. Without a doubt. Biocarrier would like Carbot too. Maybe we'll do it next week then. That sounds fine. Yeah. So, nicely done. Excellent, excellent show. Excellent show all. Cardiox mined like crazy. Outspent everybody by a wide margin. That helps a lot. Money wins games of StarCraft. So, excellent, excellent. Thanks everyone for hanging out today on a beautiful Friday stream. I'll be back here on Twitch in about 30 minutes to do some StarCraft 2 3v3 ladder. If you want to join up and say hello, you can do that. Thank you for the support today from Moonrai with the raid. We got a Cardiox tipping 10 bucks. Ultra tipping $70 as well. Big Wan resubbing at tier 3. And Condemned Marine re-upping his Ultralisk membership here on YouTube for 11 months. So thanks to all of you. We'll get a raid going out here. Hope you won some Falcon chips while you were here too. And I think we are good to go. So, let's find someone to raid. Ozzy's doing an S rank challenge for $400. I don't know what that means, but let's do it anyway. He doing siege tank shenanigans. He's playing a TBT right now, in fact.
Adjutant online.
Hey, Real Way Man.
Captain.
Thanks for subscribing.
Voyage from Earth is
All right,
over,
see you Sunday.
and
Love you all.
stationary position
And
near the
goodbye.
borders of Dominion space.